This is how it is today on Pop Culture Minefield. This is how it is today. This is how it is today on Pop Culture Minefield.
My God.
Uh-oh.
That tune is so jaunty. I bounce in my fucking seat when it's playing. Anybody who's ever heard my music knows that I make some songs very bouncy. I like making funk.
Yeah.
I like writing funk.
Yeah.
All right. Who the fuck is dumb enough to be watching this show this morning? Gambit.
You.
Good morning,
That's
Gambit.
naughty.
You sort of here. I haven't gotten to it yet. I'm trying to scroll down. There's a lot of fucking comments from Gambit. Yep. Oh, not there yet. Not there
But
yet.
it wasn't the first.
Not yet.
The first was Snorty.
Good morning, Snorty.
Some
Thank you,
days you
brother.
eat the bird.
Hello.
Some days.
All right.
eat
Let's get
you.
into it. You brought it up. Okay, so I'm not going to start with the love of my life. I'm going to start with where it started. John Alderink, Marvel artist and colorist, dear close friend of mine. He was part of our business, Dale Dye and all those other celebrated military veterans that I brought together to create a company called Charlie Foxtrot Entertainment. And I did that because I knew that if we won an award, and we did, somebody would have to say that out loud. And if they were not military and it was a celebrity, which it was, every single veteran within earshot would laugh. And they wouldn't know why. Because Charlie Foxtrot Entertainment means clusterfuck entertainment.
And that's one of those things that civilians won't get probably ever, but every veteran will understand immediately.
Yeah, exactly. I had one of those Han Solo with the communication console scene with an Imperial officer one time. We had to put up, and I don't know if you now, Joe, you'll know what this is. The one-man antenna that you have to. One man's supposed to be able to put that up. I tell you, if one man tries to put that up, one of those cables is going to snap and cut him in half.
Yes.
Because that thing was so fucking dangerous.
Yeah.
And I there were two of us, guys, big, strong, fucking mean guys, putting this thing up there. Got it up, and then we had to do a test, and our team didn't answer on the channel we were on, okay? And instead, I got the closest military post, and I got some fucking officer with a hard on, and I'm not doing any proper military slang. I'm just running a test. In fact, I really didn't know much because I'm not a radio transmission operator.
No, you're a medic.
I'm a fucking combat medic. I know how to give military medical stuff, but I was just up there fucking around, and then this fucking radio goes live on the other end going, who is this? I'm like, well, who is this? And then he says who this is. And I went, oh. He says, now who is this? And then I thought, okay, do I tell him who this is and get my ass kicked? Or do I say, oh, you don't know who this is? Well, Charlie Foxtrot out. Then I turned up that radio and I said, get the antenna down now. And we pulled the antenna down. They never found out. They couldn't do a triangulation on us. That was fucking funny. I told my sergeants, man, Tevez and Tom, And oh my God, they were laughing so loud. And they're like, how do you do that? And it's the question that's been asked me my entire military career when I would get away with something. The grunts would look at me going, how the fuck do you do that? And I'm like, I'm just very confident.
Yeah.
And they can't tell that I'm fucking lying.
That's one of the reasons I was really glad that the Marines don't wear unit patches. So, like, if you got yelled at when you're out on base somewhere, they don't know who you're with. So it's like, oh yeah, who are you guys with, scumbags? First tanks?
Yeah, lie to them. Which goes right up into that area when I talked about last time, which is during night fire training. It was dark. It's fucking like dark, and like black dark. You know, you're walking around hoping you're not going to fall into a hole because 50 yards is it's an old sodium light. Sodium light that's got that yellow hue to it.
Yep.
And it's turning every shadow because it's really bright, but it's 50 yards away. So every mogul bump on the fucking ground looks like a giant fucking hole.
Yeah.
So you have to walk with caution. And I was really good at doing Drill Sergeant Schmaltz's voice. And so I called out as Drill Sergeant Schmaltz from the darkness. And I busted this guy for carrying his weapon wrong on the lane. You know, you're always supposed to be pointing down range. And he had his weapon just kind of up walking. And I'm like, called him out for it. I made him do the classic Arlie Ermy thing, where I told him grab his crotch with one hand and hold his M16 above his head and announce, I want Pope to do this one. Pope has to know this one.
Oh, yeah. This is my rifle. This is my gun.
Oh. This is for killing. This is for fun.
This is for fighting.
I made him do that. And he goes down, and what are they going to do? They don't know it's me. This voice calls out, the fuck are you doing? And he turned around. Drill Sergeant Schmaltz has me doing this for carrying my weapon incorrectly. I'm Drill Sergeant Schmaltz. I didn't tell you shit. And that was fucking
Oops.
funny. And I'm like, because my buddies are like, oh shit. And I'm like, he doesn't know who the fuck did that. Fuck you guys. Don't be scared. That's funny as shit.
Although my personal favorite moments, like especially during boot camp, is like you always had that one guy who was really good at doing the impressions of the drill instructors. And then everybody will be standing in a circle.
Do one.
It's like everybody will be standing in a circle laughing, and then all of a sudden everybody but that guy will stop laughing. And it's just like he's right behind me.
Behind me, isn't he?
Yeah, he's behind me, isn't he? Well, I had one of those moments in basic. I did a caricature of my drill sergeant, and it was a spot-on fucking caricature. And I was saying the fucking hilarious shit he always says to it, like "I'm gonna boomerang your ass," and I wrote it phonetically. And I also, what was the other one he would do? In my army, there are only green people. If I hear any of your racist shit, that's right. If I hear any of your racist shit, I'm gonna boomerang your ass. In my army, there is no color but green. Every one of you is green. And then I, in a separate word bubble, all you light greenies do push-ups, beat your face. Because he's a black guy. And I thought, that's fucking funny. And I come back from getting my hair cut because you have the mini PXs in the Army. On like pretty much between every company, there's one mini PX. 2 companies down, another PX. And so I walked over to the PX, got my hair cut, grabbed the magazine because we were about 2 weeks into basic and the lockdown was kind of over. I mean, they could still fuck you up, but they were. It's not like they were nicer. They just weren't on you like stink on shit constantly.
Maybe
so
that's what it's like for the rest of the Army, but it ain't like that for the military police. I'll tell you that.
Oh boy, basic training.
Until you graduate boot camp, you are nothing.
Well, that's what I've heard. Army's a little different. They start to lighten up. And that's when this is the day I became best friends with my drill sergeant. And I'm not fucking kidding you. And so I come into the barracks And one of the guys was walking by me. He goes, "Yo, man, Drill Sergeant got that drawing you did." I went, "Got my drawing? What?" And he said,
Right.
"Yeah, Drill Sergeant has a." Oh, fuck you, man. He does not. I go about. I'm almost halfway down to my room because the barracks was broken up because cadre had their own rooms that stayed in there. Though they didn't do that anymore. So those rooms were given to us. And then at the other end of the barracks at Fort Leonard Wood are bays that shoot across each other. So we had 1, 2, 3, 4 rooms on our end of the building that were for 2 people per room, comfortably. So I'm almost down to mine. Mine was next to last on the hall. And I started walking, and I'm just and then I started thinking, what if he does have it? You know, oh shit, what if he fucking has it? And all of a sudden my heart starts pounding. And then another guy walks by me, he goes, "Yo, man, Drill Sergeant came into the room. He got the drawing, man. I think he's pissed, man." And then I hear echo. You know what that means, right?
Mm-hmm.
It means you got to repeat anything he says, and the first thing you say is echo, and you hear it going down the hallways, like all these voices. And Private Kissel, report. Like they said it correctly, but that's how he talked. I drew him, and I thought it was funny about Drill Sergeant Samuels. This is our black drill sergeant. And what I loved about him is he had the biggest fucking lips I've ever seen on a human being. And when he ran, they would bounce, but his teeth, it was slightly a gap, you know, or a gape, is what they call it, a gape. And you could see his teeth weren't lined up with his lips all the time. And that was fucking hilarious to me. That, you know, because it was hard for me to take him seriously, even though I never fucked with him except for this drawing. So I'm like, oh shit, he's going to murder me. And I get down there and I said, "Drill Sergeant, Private Kissel reporting, Drill Sergeant." Because you got to open your sentence with and end with Drill Sergeant. He turned and looked at me and shut the door. And I shut the door. And I'm not shaking. But I should have been because I was that fucking terrified. And he says, "You draw this?" And I went, "Sergeant or Drill Sergeant." "Yes, Drill Sergeant." And he says, at ease. "Can you draw children?" First words out of his mouth after asking me that. And I was like, "Wait, what? What?" I went, "What?"
He needed a favor.
And he says, "Can you draw children?" And I went, "I would love to make fun of the way you just said children because you say it like Mr. T. There's a D in there. There is an L as well. It's not children." But anyway, so I said, "Yes, I do, Drill Sergeant." And he says, drop it. We're just having a conversation." He says, I would love you to draw my kids. I don't have any money." I said, "I will do it for you immediately." And so he gave me a photo, and I went and drew his kids for him, gave it to him. What I didn't know is he's living in the barracks. He was hiding in his barracks because his wife kicked him out. And
Wow.
all the drill sergeants had the pinky fingernail, the long pinky fingernail. And I didn't know what that meant. One of the other guys told me, and I went, "Are you fucking kidding me?" He goes, "Yeah, they're doing speed bumps, man, during the day. Keep them going." And I'm like, fuck off. No, really.
They got to be up an hour before everybody else. They got to go to bed after everybody else. It's yeah.
On average, maybe 4 hours.
Highest rated divorce in the military is drill sergeants.
Drill sergeants.
Yep.
So he's living in the barracks, and he would invite me in at night, and we would just sit. I would drink with him. I was having whiskey while everybody else was like fucking teetotalers.
He needed a friend, man. He needed somebody to talk to. Yeah.
Well, I was older than him by 4 years, and because he was 22 and I was 26. and I just became his best friend. And we would just talk about kids because he knew I was married with a child, even though I was separated. I lied to the Army. Yes, I did. I hope I never get arrested for that. I lied to the U.S. Army, told them I was still married, so I could get the additional pay for BAQ.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they call it that now, Pope. But Joe was in when I was in.
It's BAQ.
Yeah, it was BAQ when you and I were. Yeah.
Is it still BAQ?
I think they call it BAH now.
Okay, basic housing for the enlisted and their families.
Yeah.
And for us, because she lived in Virginia in a house, I got that money for her to pay rent, and it was basically my child support plus a little bit for her while I was there in training. Hey, Penny is here. Also,
Yes.
our good
Hello.
friend 11 Alpha is here. Cheer it. Fucking
Meth wants you
Cheering.
to see this.
oh, I swear to God, dude, it sounded on because I remember on 18, I'm sitting there watching it with my dad, and like Mr. T's all upset on the A team about these kids, and it's either an orphanage or a school. He goes, in other words, I hate the people who abuse children. And I'm like, is he saying children, Dad? He goes, yes. And I'm like, really? And he did it like 3 times in the episode, and it just fucking blew my mind. And then my drill sergeant said it one of my drill sergeants. He was our lead drill sergeant for a few weeks, and then our actual drill sergeant showed up at about 3 weeks in. And that was Schmaltz. What a great fucking name. Little tiny mousy guy. Fucking deadly, lethal airborne ranger. I'm like, holy shit. You know, and he had one of the funniest fucked up stories about how he fell to earth with a partially deployed parachute. And he says, I broke so many bones. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy had scars on his neck from dry shaving in the field. I'm like, this guy was in the field a lot. There are pop scars, like, you know, they're like those pimples, really deep pimples that pop and leave a hole in your neck. Mm-hmm. Which is something I had to deal with as a medic in the Army. Yeah, that's who he looked like, Meth. Because in my mind, he looked like JJ. And I said that. And some of the guys didn't know what the fuck I was talking about. But the older guys, like the ones that were my friends, knew who JJ was from Good Times. But that's what he looked like. And when he would run, his lips would move, but his teeth would be stationary as he's running military style, doing the airborne shuffle. And you can run forever doing that, man. I'm serious. I tell people, if you have trouble doing distance, stop, fall forward, and allow your feet to just keep going. And it's a weird military jog. And you can go for fucking ever. It's called the airborne shuffle. Good morning, Connie. And good morning, Mephisto. And Sally Forth is here. Hi, Sally. This is one of the things I love when I hang out with my military buddies is military memories. We should just call it that, the segment, and separate it just for us talking about fucking shit we did in military.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
And
it's kind of funny. The movie we're covering today, I did that, nothing but that for the last.
I wanted to do it, and my wife didn't, and she got it.
Really? Doing the military funerals and all that good stuff?
It's something I wanted to do because I love veterans, man. And I love those that served in combat. And if they lost their life, I would be honored to be part of the honor guard.
Yeah.
And it's all I wanted.
I did it for 3 months on the Presidio of San Francisco when it was open in 1986.
I remember Presidio. Man, I'm hoping that it gets opened back up because he said he's going to be opening up some closed forts. And I'm like, please don't make it Fort Jackson and make it the Presidio, because nobody likes not Fort Jackson, Fort Dix. Fort Dix,
New Jersey,
we used to call it, or
Yikes.
Fort Disneyland.
Yeah,
and it was like,
I think that belongs to the New Jersey Guard at this point.
Yes, a film studio bought it.
Oh, did they? Okay.
Yeah, a film studio bought it, as I recall. And I'm like, now they're going to really push the Disneyland joke by doing it.
It's like the one I was really glad I never got sent to, but I went to school near there, so I've been there a couple of times. Is Fort Ethan Allen. Fuck that place, especially in the winter.
Now, I want to point out that the film marked James Caan's first film after a 5-year hiatus. He just stopped, and I think it was from doing films that weren't getting the deserved attention they should have gotten. One of them being Thief,
yeah,
which is the first film to introduce a full soundtrack scored digitally. It was synthesized soundtrack, and the band that did that is I just forgot the name. They did Legend, they did The Keep, and Michael Mann loved working with them.
It's not Tangerine Dream, is it?
Yes, thank you.
Is that who it is? Really? Okay. I
thought
maybe it might be. I knew they did a lot of scoring of stuff. But...
Yeah, I sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. I hated them on Legend.
Yeah,
I prefer the director's cut, which has the actual soundtrack. But anyway, I wanted to tell you that it was after a 5-year absence from film. He just fucking walked away for a bit. And I think he was considering not coming back, but we never really got a good biography where he dictated his life to somebody. So anyway, the other thing that's important about this film is Griffin O'Neill, who is Ryan O'Neill's son. Very talented kid, just like his sister, who was in Paper Moon and the Bad News Bears, Tatum O'Neill. Ryan had that same gift that both kids had from their dad. And sadly, they were raised in a very alcohol abusive and physically abusive home and psychologically abusive home, because Ryan O'Neil was a fucking nut job. Okay. Yeah. And he had children and he was prone to violence. So Griffin O'Neill had been cast to play Wilder, the kid who's kind of a fuck up in this movie. And while making this film on May 26, 1982, he and I went and checked, and Anima was correcting me, and she was right. It's Giancarlo Coppola, Francis's other son, and he and Griffin were buddies, and they went out drinking and got a boat and went tooling around, and they saw two larger boats sitting next to each other. And as they're getting closer to it, he finally sees that there is a line between them that holding the two boats together, because one was towing it in. And he saw it. He had just enough time to duck, whereas Giancarlo didn't. And it basically decapitated Giancarlo.
He was sitting on top of something, so he was up too high.
He was up too high, and he didn't get a chance to duck down. And Griffin panicked and moved his body over to the driver's seat. There was too much blood on the passenger side of the boat for them to fall for that shit. He was busted for that. And I mean, they had a hard on for him after doing that, because that's a shitty, cowardly thing to do.
Yeah.
And but when he got tried, he was tried for unlawful handling of I think aquatic motor vehicle, or whatever they call that down there.
Yeah.
And it was Maryland, by the way, which was right next to where I grew up in Virginia. It's like right there. It touches.
Yeah. Everything's close to everything there.
And we kept telling him, hey, Maryland, get your hands off our state. Stop touching it. And
West Virginia's right there too. And
yeah, I like West Virginia.
I'm literally one town away from West Virginia.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, where were you at?
I'm up in Winchester, which is literally like the northernmost town in Virginia.
Oh,
wow!
Like right at the
I like Winchester.
Noah.
Yeah, it's like Virginia is just great, man. I fucking grew up there. I grew up in Phoenix, Arizona for part of my life and hated it, and because there was no escape from the heat when I was a kid. It's like we would go tree to tree. I'm not shitting you, going underneath trees to get it out of the fucking direct sunlight. And it was still fucking 120 degrees in the shade.
Mm-hmm.
But at least the sun wasn't kicking your fucking head in.
Yeah.
You know? And that's where I think I was 6 when I got hit by a bunch of fire ants.
Ooh.
And I learned, be afraid of ants. Don't
Nasty.
fuck with them.
Don't mess with them.
And
They're,
but anyway,
they're the one species that goes to war, and they will get you. Other than us,
so not 82. it was 86. I double checked because the film came out later. But because he killed Giancarlo in 86, May 26th of 86, he was removed off the film because he was to play Wilder, and they got the other young man to replace him to play not Wilder, Wildman. Casey.
you mean Willow? You mean that guy?
Tabasco. Yeah, the
No.
little guy, Willow.
Okay.
Or no, not Willow. No.
Willow's the main character.
Wildman.
Wildman was the fuck up that ended up receiving the.
And the irony of
Gotcha.
that story
Gotcha.
is that the guy that Willow was trying to make a better soldier became the hero that saved a bunch of people and got the Silver Star for his action.
Oh, Congressional Medal of Honor.
Oh, okay, CMH. So he got that, which is so odd being alive because usually there's just so many of them fucking dead when they get that.
Yeah.
And by the way, one of the highest numbered MOSs to receive the CMH, combat medics.
Yeah.
Why? Because we're stupid. We're stupid. As they say with the fire department, they would also say about combat medics. When everybody's retreating, the medic is still moving towards wherever somebody got wounded.
Yep.
Because we're dumbasses.
Yep.
We think we're bulletproof.
My Uncle Paul was a medic
So-
in Vietnam. He got shot a couple of times, man. You know, the Geneva Convention goes right out the window when bullets start flying.
Mm-hmm.
Second
They
lieutenant.
see that medic
number
badge.
one
They're like,
target.
oh, they're going to fix people. Let's shoot at them. Yeah.
The
It's
3 top targets of snipers.
Mhm.
Second lieutenants, RTOs,
Yep.
and medics.
Yep.
Those
Although shooting at the lieutenant is a bad decision if you're up against the United States because he's the only one who gives a fuck about things like war crimes.
Right. The rest of them don't.
Once he goes down, the regulator is off the ass whooping machine, and it gets bad from there.
So just to let you know, James Earl Jones is a military veteran, and he has the single best salute in this movie. And I mean, it's something you notice, which is why I paused on him.
Mhm.
And I had the Ranger style, which is also the Marine Corps' Ranger style, which is this.
Yep.
Mhm.
And my officers fucking love that. They're like, how'd you learn to do that? You know, who taught you that? Because they teach this.
Mhm.
And I fucking
Flat.
hate this where you
Yeah.
get a
Mhm.
thumb into your hand.
Mhm.
James Caan is like this. His thumb is down underneath. That is a horrible salute. And, you know, when you're in training, you get dropped for that shit. They would make you beat your face until you learn how to salute correctly. And the worst one I ever saw in movies was Steven Seagal.
Oh yeah.
Because his fingers were all over the fucking place. He had his thumb down and he had his pinky up. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? And he claimed he was like served in the CIA with military in Vietnam. He's a fucking liar. It never happened. And fuck, I hate stolen valor motherfuckers. I really do.
Yeah.
But again, James Earl Jones served from 1953 to 55. He was a first lieutenant in the U.S. Army Infantry. He was commissioned as second lieutenant in 1953 after graduating the University of Michigan with a bachelor's in drama. Fucking drama.
Imagine being in the infantry and finding out that your LT was the drama kid.
Oh,
Yeah, I
man.
know. It's just that it's like that is something you don't tell anybody. In
Yeah,
the
it's
know.
like,
Well,
you
as
need-
big as that guy is, though, who's gonna mess with him?
I know, but at the
You
same
know?
time, it's like, you're telling me we're being led into fucking battle by the theater kids?
That's like what I told guys that were got that stripe already in basic because they served as a ROTC.
How about
And
two? I was a PFC
Julio.
when I joined. Yeah.
yeah, had rank, and he was also our platoon leader and or platoon guide, and and he was like teaching us a little DNC, which I knew some because I was in marching band, and but I'm not telling anybody that. And he says, well, you know, I was ROTC, junior ROTC, and then ROTC. And I looked at him and I said, Julio, as my closest friend, I'm telling you, don't you ever say anything about that in front of a drill instructor. You're going to get your fucking ass handed to you. And he looked at me and I went, I'm not fucking kidding. They don't like that. They go, oh, you got to play soldier, huh? Oh, yeah. Just telling
Yeah,
you.
you do get a bunch of shit, no doubt.
You will. If they find out, it's your ass, I guess.
I did 100 push-ups the first day of basic training because I was I had sunglasses and they found out that I was a PFC. Right.
Well, you know
Yeah.
that if you have to get, if you're in the U.S. Army and you have to get prescription glasses, they give you what's referred to, Anima loves this one, BC glasses.
Birth control
And-
glasses.
Because they make you look so ugly, no woman will want to fuck you.
Unless your name's Buddy Holly. Then, you know, hey.
So
It
here you
works
go. I
for you
love,
then.
I love this place, man. I lived in Northern Virginia too, and I was in Fredericksburg. We were 50 miles south of DC and 50 miles north of Richmond,
Mhm.
and just right smack in the middle. So Richmond, of course, is the capital of Virginia, and then the capital of the United States is 50 miles the other direction. And I spent a lot of time in DC, and I loved going to this place. And this is why it's called Gardens of Stone, because they're in rows.
Yeah.
And they're in rows at an angle. And you're looking at it at the right angle. And that's why this movie is called Gardens of Stone. And because of the way, not just because it's a huge, cemetery for the military, it's also because they're rowed just like corn and other crops are. And so they got that nickname. And the book, of course, is by a Vietnam veteran. He wrote the book. And he wrote a character based off of his own cynicism, which is something you don't see in infantry. Normally, you don't see that kind of cynicism in infantry towards the war. So I began to think that I need to read this book, and I'm going to read it. I actually got a copy of it, and digital copy, because I don't believe he had that kind of cynicism. And because that fucking guy was infantry all the way. What the Marine Corps refers to as gung-ho.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And
Guys, I gotta go. I gotta go take care of Mama Joe. So
well, I hope you can get back.
yeah, I will try and make it back. Depends on if she wants to go eat. So
Okay, man.
I will see you later, guys. I do want to
tell her
say
hi.
before I go though that James Caan's character, I don't want you to misconstrue his message in this movie. He's not anti-military at all.
No.
He's
Not
very
he's
concerned.
anti-war.
He's
but he's
anti-war, but he's not anti-military.
soldier.
He's trying to save people, is what he wants to do.
But I tell people all the time, if you're a real soldier, if you've served in combat,
Mhm.
you're anti-war.
Yep.
Because
absolutely.
once you've experienced it, you don't want anybody else to go through that.
Nope.
But the fact is, you don't sound like a political fucking lefty when you talk about it.
No.
What you do is you talk realistically about what combat's like.
Right.
And that it's not what you think it is. There's no glory. There's just fucking gore.
Yeah.
And
I gotta go. Be good. I'll
Hey,
I'll
tell
try
your mom-
and make it back, buddy.
tell your mom hi for us.
I will.
Yes.
Bye.
All right, bye, man.
But no, you're absolutely right. I mean, anybody like me who's actually seen what war is, like, there is no glory to be had. It is something that is necessary, not something that you should celebrate.
And most of the time, because I've been in hairy situations, but not straightforward combat. But the hairy situations, you are so fucking hyper focused on doing your job that you don't get a chance to be afraid.
Yep.
Your biggest fear is fucking up and getting somebody killed. And I'm not kidding you. That is the average combat soldier's biggest fucking fear. Not dying. Once it starts, is fucking up and, getting somebody killed.
The funniest part was the first time we got shot at, I didn't realize what was happening at first because I was up in the turret and, I heard stuff pinging off the gun shield and I figured it was rocks getting kicked up for the truck in front of us that were like, ricocheting up and off the gun shield. And then I saw one spark off and I heard that crack go by my head. I'm just like, oh, that's what we're doing right now. Uh-oh. And then immediately just started returning fire.
Shit like that happens, man.
Yep.
I watched a tree, I think it was about 10 yards from me. So I wouldn't say it was very close, but close enough for me, where we had a friendly fire situation. And I'm not going to say who did it. USMC! And a tree, it was at least 10 yards away, but it was close enough to where I was like, oh, like that after it hit. And a big chunk of fucking tree bark exploded off this thing. And the guy that was closest to it got hit by a splinter that was 2 to 3 inches long. And it went through his bottom lid into his eyeball.
Oh, man.
Oh.
And I had to medevac this guy out. And we're like, who the fuck is shooting at us? And it's because somebody gave bad directions. And I'm not saying Marines are bad at directions, but instead of going like this, they were going like this.
Yep.
And they misconstrued who we were. And somebody got excited. And I can't tell you where we were. But we were there on a mission to basically temporary duty to replace another unit for 2 fucking weeks. This is back when I was in an infantry unit, and we were there for 2 weeks to guard a road crew, an American road crew that was down there to construct a highway for this country. And that incident happened. It's the closest thing I ever got to combat. was getting shot at by a Marine, which I'm going to tell you, that's fucking scary because it's like, oh, wait, they know how to kill people better than us.
Right. Well, it's like, that's one of those, like, that's the worst guy, worst kind of friendly fire because you know how good we are.
Yeah. It's like, boy, I'm glad he killed that tree.
That's one of those, oh, shit, these guys are the best marksmen we have. This is going to get bad, isn't it?
I know, man. But anyway, because I know I do this ADHD theater. I want to point out, you've got D.B. Sweeney in this scene. We have seen Anjelica Huston. We've seen Mary Stuart Masterson, which a lot of guys, when I was younger, didn't want to date her. They wanted to fuck her. And there's just something about her back in the 80s, man. Like every guy I knew. And it was from one movie that she was in, and she was in a skin-tight outfit. It's something Billie Jean or some shit like that. Where, fuck it, I'll look it up. Man, that was like almost like porn, that movie to them. And she was in that movie with, I'm trying to remember who the actor was in that film with her. But I'm going to look to see if I can find it. She's in a lot of films. And then she just sort of like, she's like in bit parts. She's in Five Nights at Freddy's. She played Aunt Jane.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
But let me get to her IMDb here and look it up. She was in Benny and June. I love that movie. Johnny Depp and her. I forgot that. She was in At Close Range. She's the girlfriend that gets killed.
I don't think
Got murdered. Well, I thought it was My Little Girl Amazing Story, some kind of wonderful. She was the girl who gets the guy in the end because she's the best friend that plays drums, and that was the big turn on to me because she had actually drummed. And I'm like, that's I can't see the other film, and I thought it was her. Maybe I was wrong, but either way it goes, at close range got my attention, and I wanted her because she could play drums because I thought that was sexy as fuck. So also in this movie, you've got Ziggy from a little film or a little TV show called Quantum Leap.
Yep. Dean Stockwell. Good actor.
So you got Darth Vader, agitator Darth Vader. You've got Ziggy, and you got oh my god, I forgot the name from the Addams Family. Morticia.
Yep.
Yeah, 3 majorly big popular characters. Also, you had it's either Elias or Elias because he is Greek, so I think it's pronounced Elias Kokias, who was a great fucking actor, man. I love that guy. Anything he's ever been in, he gives it all in those films. And he also played Casey Jones in the Teenage Mutant Turtle movies.
Yep.
The real ones, not the fake ones done later. I fucking loved him as Casey Jones, man. I was such a fan of that guy. And you've got such a great cast in this fucking movie, dude.
This is one of those movies where you're like, how is everyone in this film famous now?
Yeah. And also you've got Lion Prick Lawrence Fishburne. Now I say that for a reason because it's a joke. Because he lied about his age to be in Apocalypse Now. He was actually 14 when he auditioned, and he was 15 when they made the movie.
Which, imagine putting a 15-year-old on set with Marlon Brando and Martin Sheen at that time, because they were both raging drunks.
Raging drunks and fucking Martin Sheen trying to kill himself on the set, you know, because he was a little bit fucking bent in the head. And that's why that opening scene with him in the fan and punching that mirror, that was for real. He was drunk as fuck.
And having a mental breakdown at that point.
Yeah, and the heart attack. He was a fucking mess making that movie. And Emilio talked about it because I think it was Emilio. It might have been Charlie. Was on set when all that shit went down with the heart attack and everything. And they were living on an aircraft carrier.
Huh.
And he had the heart attack jogging on the aircraft carrier. And had a fucking heart attack. And what was he, 35?
Yeah, he wasn't very old. Like maybe my
no.
Like
and that cocksucker's still alive.
And nobody knows why.
Yeah, it's like with how he abused himself, man, he should be dead. You know, it's just shocking. Now, D.B. Sweeney, I was a big fan of this guy because even though I didn't like the movie, I went with a girl to see it because she wanted to see it, called The Cutting Edge. Came out in 92 while I was in the Army. Clearly, I'm talking about my late ex-wife. She wanted to see that movie. And he played a hockey player. I fucking liked that part of the movie, that he could actually skate and play hockey. I was like, that's fucking cool. Then he did another film the next year while I was still in the Army. And he became one of my favorite actors, Fire in the Sky. The Travis Walton UFO abduction story. He plays Travis Walton in that movie, man. Fucking loved him in that. And but he did some other good films. Don't get me wrong. Back in the 80s, he did some cool shit. I think oh fuck. I gotta go to his fucking IMDb page. Hold on. Opening. Let's see. What was the one? That's not it. That's not it. That's not it. 8 Men Out. Oh my God. He played Shoeless Joe Jackson in that movie. Great biopic. He was in Lonesome Dove, man. I love that miniseries. What a good show.
Oh, yeah.
And he was in Memphis Belle. So recall he was an asshole in that one. His character was. Let's see. Then, of course, Cutting Edge came out. And I didn't like the movie, but I liked his performance in it. Fire in the Sky, great stuff. God, what was another one that he did that I really liked? Spawn. He played Terry.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
That was him?
And even though yes, that's him. And I like that movie despite the god awful visual effects.
Yeah. They were subpar.
Yeah, not good. His voice work wasn't bad in the movie Dinosaur. Anybody who ever saw that movie,
Nope.
which he also did the video game voice too. And I'm trying to see what was, because this is when his career just sort of went downhill, where he wasn't getting good roles, but he was good in whatever he was in. So it's hard to find it. Slim pickings for stuff he did later. He also had small parts in movies like House. That was really his work for a while, and he didn't do anything. It's not like he got in trouble. He just, his career kind of died, and I always felt bad for him because I thought he was a far better actor than what his career was saying. And so he started relying.
And you hate to see that of a good actor that is just didn't do anything wrong. He's just not getting any roles.
And what I think happened was he got too popular quickly, and then that kind of typecast him. And I think that's what hurt his career, because the most you'll see usually is 1 to 2 episodes a show, a series, and it's like, that's fucked up, man. I think the most he got was like on the show Ice. Yeah, here it is, Ice. He got 8 episodes out of that one. This is a guy that should have been a star of a show. Now, Be Positive, I didn't think was a very good show. And it only got like 1 season. And he was in all 10 episodes of that film. Most recently, he's in Megalopolis. He's the commissioner, police commissioner.
Okay.
Oh my God, that's right. We watched this. He's the chief of station, Anima, in the show Terminal List Dark Wolf, which we're trying to get Martin to watch the show so we can talk about it on Military Monday. It's a fucking good show.
If you can
watch that series.
If you can make me a clone, I will be happy to oblige.
I'd be worried what you do to that clone, because you know that there's no law to hurting yourself.
That is none of your concern.
God, she is so beautiful, Anjelica Huston. When you see her back in the 80s, you understood exactly why Jack Nicholson was nailing that thing.
Yep.
Because he was just so into her, and she didn't mind his interest in a little bondage discipline shit. And rough sex. It's true. I've read shit about him going, fuck, man, he doesn't just play weird dudes in movies. He lives the life of a weird fucking dude.
I've always said that about him, where he plays a psychopath a little too convincingly.
I would be happy not knowing that.
I love the hairdos from the 60s and 70s, man. And this takes place in 68. And all of it, I think, takes place right after the Tet Offensive. But my problem with the film is, despite how well written this movie is, I shit you not, this is a very well written screenplay. And it was written by Ron Bass. And you guys go, who the fuck is Ron Bass? He's an Oscar-winning... It goes over 2
years, Gary.
Well, I thought it opens in 68 and ends in 68.
No, it opens in 69 with his funeral. Then we go back to 68. And he's in Vietnam for almost a year before he dies.
Yeah, and it's like, so basically, though, from the starting of the story, not the opening scene, because I don't want to, well, I'm going to fucking ruin it. The opening scene is actually the end scene of the movie. And it's D.B. Sweeney's funeral. The guy who you thought would fucking be Captain America and never die fucking gets smoked in combat. And where the kid that was the fuck up is there for his funeral. That should have probably died because he was a fucking idiot.
That's always the way it works. The fuck up never gets killed. It's always somebody else that pays.
And he ends up the hero, saving a bunch of guys. It's like, I tell people, you can't be a good writer without understanding irony. You have to understand irony to tell good stories. And
that happens in real life too. I mean, when on my deployment, our platoon fuck up ended up with a bronze star with a V.
Yeah, there you go, for valor.
It's like, so
crazy.
Like, it's just being in the right place at the right time and doing the right thing for once in his career. Actually managed to save a couple guys' lives and turn things around for us.
That's crazy. And it's sort of the same thing if you watch the movie. Oh shit. I think it was the Carangal Valley one where the Marines, where they've got a base in a valley, and it's like, who designed this?
Oh, Korengal wasn't that. I think you're talking about the outpost.
What valley was it? It was
the
valley.
Outpost. Yeah, that was the Outpost.
The Outpost.
And
that fucking movie.
I forget what valley it is.
The fuck up.
Who puts a base in that place?
He's the most heroic guy in the story.
The funny part is, I was over there when Cop Keating got hit. And we were on the other side of the country, but we were listening to it, listening to the radio calls go out because they stood everybody up. They weren't sure if this was an isolated attack or if this was going to be like a Tet Offensive type situation where they'd hit us across the board. And fortunately, it was relegated to Cop Keating, but we were listening to the radio calls go out in real time.
Man,
and by the way, we were like, if they hit these guys, they're probably going to hit us.
Oh yeah, but that situation closed that fucking fob down,
which is good. If you look at where that was,
that's insane.
It was the worst.
Ducks in a barrel.
It was the worst fucking defensive position I think I've ever seen.
It's not a defensive position. It is ducks in a fucking barrel.
Yeah, it's literally a slaughter fest waiting to happen.
Yep, and how they survived is also one of the miracles of that fucking day. And but anyway, I wanted to point out the guy in this film that gets his ass handed to him by James Caan is an actor that has been in a lot of movies, and you probably just don't remember him. But his name is Bill Graham, and he died only a few years after this movie came out, like back in the 90s. And he was in The Doors. He was the record producer. He was in Cotton Club. Bugsy. He played Charlie Luciano. And he was one of the agents that basically helped Martin Sheen in Apocalypse Now. He was an actor that Francis Ford Coppola liked working with. And in this film, he plays a fucking asshole. And I mean, he's really fucking good in this role. And he gets his ass knocked down for being an asshole. Am I allowed to say I like the scene where Caan's character put the anti-military moron at? Exactly, that's the scene I'm talking about. And by the way, he made the first move. Yes. So he earned that.
Yep. He started it, yeah.
From the beginning, he started touching, and then pushing, and then
he took a swing at him, and Caan blocked it and fucking knocked him down. And as I recall, his first shot was to the throat, wasn't it?
No, yeah. Right.
I tell people all the time, this is how you hit someone. You don't punch them. This is how you do it. You hit somebody like that. If you hit with just the right amount of force, you stun them and will probably knock them on their ass, because that's the kind of hit that'll knock them on their ass, but you're not going to kill them doing it.
Whereas if you punch someone right in the Adam's apple, it can kill them.
Yeah, you can put the cricothyroid bone is what that's called, the Adam's apple. That's a bone. It's the only bone in the body not attached to another bone.
Oh, the IOUs.
And women have smaller ones. They're not detectable. That's why if you are dating a girl you just met and she's got a prominent Adam's apple, I'm letting you know right now, you're in for a big surprise.
It's like the meme. If she has an apple, she has a banana.
That's right. If she has an apple, she has a banana. This guy gets fucked up so much in this movie. Because he's a fuck up, man. Or as we call him in the military, a fuck chop. This guy just has a hard on for other people. And if he gets to gig you, he gets a boner over it. I fucking hate officers like that. And he's not even an officer; he's a fucking sergeant major.
Oh,
whereas
top
he
even
is
worse.
he is a command sergeant major, and one's got the diamond, and he has the star.
Really, it's a little different for the Marines, where for us the diamond is a first sergeant, and then the star is.
Oh wait, you're right.
It is sergeant major, and we only have. Well, we have.
Fucked that up. I fucked that up. No, you're right.
But for you guys, a sergeant major is our master gunnery sergeant, and then
that.
Command
hold
on.
Major. That's why he calls him Top and Top Kick, which is a nickname for your first sergeant. So yeah, you're right.
Which, word of warning, never call a Marine first sergeant top. They will fuck you up for it. His name is first sergeant.
By the way, any straight guy who says they're okay dating trans, then they're not straight. They're lying. Because they're happy with the twig and pears being down there. And yeah, I'm sorry. It's okay. I'm not going to judge you. You can do whatever you want. But don't say you're straight when you're gay. It's just annoying. It's like when my friend Ben Hendy, fucking love that guy. When he was younger, he was bisexual. And I didn't even know him yet. I'm just walking by and he's sitting there talking to my boss's wife and says, he's bisexual. And I'm like walking by going, what the fuck did he just say? Yeah, and I went to the bathroom. And then when I came out of the bathroom, I stopped and I'm listening to him. And I said, Ben, right? Ben? He goes, yeah, Ben Hendy. Hey, you ever had a cock in your ass? And his head snapped back and went, have you ever had a cock in your ass? And he goes, yeah. Did you have one in your mouth? And he goes, yeah. Did you enjoy it? He goes, yeah. I said, you're gay with hetero tendencies. There's no such thing as bisexual. You're gay with hetero tendencies. Although
there are rules around that. I mean, it's not gay if you're wearing boot bands.
Okay.
But by the way, I'm still friends with that motherfucker. He thought that was one of the funniest things he had ever heard. Gay with hetero tendency. Like, fuck, man.
Gambit in American parlance. That is an expression that means that they have a fixation on making your life miserable.
Yes. And it's compared to having like a hard-on for a woman. The way they get fixated on doing something. And so in the military, we would say, man, he's got a hard-on for so-and-so. Meaning, man, he wants to smoke that guy all the time. This guy wants to smoke everybody. And when he gets a chance, when Willow gets his fucking sergeant stripe, and they all give him the tap. And James Earl Jones like leads back like he's gonna fucking plow him, and then slowly comes up and goes, bink.
And then comes Caan.
Caan does an open hand slap to it. And then comes Top Kick. He fucking walks over there, and he's prepped, and he hits him fucking hard, knocking him like feet. And then he's like, I didn't hit him right. I get another shot. James Earl Jones, no, you did it. That's it. Oh, man, it's so fucking funny. He just wants to fucking hit him. All he wants to do is hit him. And I know what that's like, man.
I do love those rifles. The M14, it's a very nice looking rifle. Unfortunately, they don't shoot very well.
So I will tell you the fucking Kevlars we got. I loved my Kevlar when I got my Kevlar. And the first time we went out in the field and had to do something, we had to take on the sergeants. They were snipers. They didn't tell us that. We had to find them. But they told us that we needed to walk through the woods in a wedge formation. And I'm like, why would I do that? I know military tactics, and nobody smart would fucking go in a wedge formation. We did a staggered formation and used trees for cover. And we killed all of the sergeants because we had the Miles gear on. You guys know what that is.
Yep.
And we smoked every single sergeant. They got so fucking angry. We told you to come in a wedge formation. I said, the enemy doesn't get to dictate what formation we take when coming towards them. And I decided as squad leader that was the one I felt was safest to use. They couldn't fucking gig me on it.
Yeah, that's one of those.
And-
we told you to come at us like this. Like, yeah, that's why I did anything but that.
But
Exactly.
So we're standing there having a fucking verbal duke out with these sergeants that we kicked their asses. And Hutchko, God, he's the guy I told you guys about that pissed his pants during a command inspection. And Hutchko is just a big fuck up, man, a big fuck job. And while we're talking, Merititi sees him as he bends down to pick up an old rusty tin can of Pepsi, like old school. That's been there for a long fucking time.
Oh,
Picks it up and he goes, "Nobody wins, you are all dead." And I'm like, what? And he says, he just picked up that can and it was a booby trap. And I looked at that sergeant and I went, really? And then I walked over to Hutchko and I looked at him and he doesn't know what to do. I said, drop it. And he dropped the can and I took my helmet off, my cover.
Oh,
and I looked at him.
no.
I said, Hutchko, if you are ever in a given situation where you're in the field and you've got troops around you and you see something on the ground that's interesting, it's a fucking booby trap. And I fucking hit him with my helmet. And I hit him so hard, his head went like that. He went flying left and fell to my left, fell to the fucking ground. And just like, holy shit. And everybody's like, Sergeant didn't say a fucking word. They didn't say a fucking word because they said that was earned.
Yep.
That was earned.
I mean, when I was going through infantry school, I mean, obviously, you know, we're talking like the summer of 2008, so IEDs are a big thing.
Oh, yeah.
So they ran us through an IED course and basically had us walk down this trail. And they had a whole bunch of fake IEDs there, and we had to see how many we could find. And I found like 3 of them, but there was like 15. And then they walked us back through, and I looked at, you know, because I remember where I stepped, and I stepped like maybe 2 inches away from a pressure plate.
Oh, shit.
So I was like, oh.
Yeah, dude. My one of the guys I trained, Kyle Fisher, who's still a dear friend of mine, he was deployed to Afghanistan, and he got hit by an IED. And I have several friends that were injured, severely injured from IED. They survived. Ernesto, he was in a Striker, and they even had the slat armor on the outside of that Striker.
Yep.
And even with that, they got hit so many times by RPGs and IEDs that when the area right behind him got a direct hit, he was completely concussed by the shock of that strike, of that RPG. And then they hit another IED. When it went off, the shock again hit him so hard he now had a bruise on his brain, and he got it's massive TBI, and it led to altered personality incidents with him where he would get extremely aggressive, which I've had to talk him down off of the ledge so many fucking times with a friend. Like, just calm down, because he wanted to kill his son one time. Because his son is like about to turn 18 and he was just being a fucking shithead. And he said the wrong thing to Ernie. And whoa, man, that was an interesting phone call.
I've been there. I got blown up twice. Fortunately, I was never seriously injured. I just got my bell rung pretty good. The first one was kind of terrifying because I was driving. So, like, just driving along, everything's perfectly normal, and then all of a sudden there's a loud noise, and my ears are ringing, and the front of my vehicle's like 60 yards away.
Well, TBIs, as you know, can alter a person's personality completely.
That terrified me for years. That I was going to run into that. And
we learned that back in 1800s with that guy that got a fucking one of those long spikes. Shoved up. and go
It was
into
a
his
railroad
brain.
spike, right?
Yeah, it was a railroad spike.
Oh yeah.
And when they're like, how is he still alive? He's talking. But what they said happened to him, he got a TBI and it completely altered his personality. He became a complete fucking asshole.
Well, it
was a-
lobotomizing.
It's unfortunately the second one. I was up in the turret and I got blown up and out of the vehicle. But my buddy,
What vehicle were you in?
it was a RG-31, like one of the early MRAPs.
Yeah.
Okay. So, my best friend when I was in Lance Corporal Iverstead, I forget his first name, unfortunately, because we never used first names. Brilliant guitar player. We were actually going to start a band when we got out. Unfortunately, when the bomb went off, he had his left arm amputated at the elbow. So, unfortunately, he'll never play again.
Yeah, now the MRAP, by the way, just so people know, that's one of the vehicles that replaced the Striker because it was specifically designed for IEDs.
Yeah, for mines. And they're a lot
better. I remember
better.
when they came into action. Yeah, they are. They're great vehicles. They're more mobile, but they're not as quiet as the Striker.
No,
the Striker got a nickname.
They're not fast, they're not maneuverable, but they'll get the job done.
Yep. The Striker, which is the LAV2, made by General Dynamics, probably one of the best APCs ever designed. Moved fast, but this is what was best about it. They ran quiet.
Yep.
And they would show up at a house, and they would breach that house, and the people inside, the militants, never fucking heard anything until the mouse hole got cut.
What's crazy to me is how quiet the Abrams is. If you've ever
they are.
Like,
well, it sounds like
you'll hear the tracks before you hear the engine.
Electric. The engine sounds like an electric engine. It's so fucking quiet.
Well, it's a gas turbine.
Yep.
And you'll hear the track pads hitting the ground before you hear the motor.
Yep.
And you can feel them coming before you can hear them. Which is terrifying because it's a 68-ton vehicle.
Yeah, I was on my first vehicle was an M113, and
those were good little.
I liked them. I liked them. The problem is it's got old World War II style steering.
Yeah,
not a steering wheel. You had two joysticks, and that's how you turned your vehicle. Crazy shit.
Man. My favorite one of those has to be the M1. Is it the M163? It's the one with the 20mm Vulcan cannon on the roof.
It's the same vehicle, but with a turret and weapon on it.
And that thing's fucking terrifying for infantry because it's a 20mm Vulcan cannon.
Well, the main problem was it was brought in to be an armored personnel carrier with armament, and the problem was that weapon took up some of the room for your troops, so you couldn't get you couldn't get a full squad in there.
Yeah,
you get about half a squad, and that was the big problem with that one. 11 Alpha says also a really high silhouette, so MRAPs are fine when the main threat is mines. Yep, IEDs.
Oh yeah, conventional warfare. Conventional warfare MRAPs are a bad idea,
and they have layered bulletproof glass in them, and there's a reason you do that. Is you create an air pocket inside, and until that air pocket is broken, the second layer of glass is your safety line. But once that first layer, the outside layer of the glass gets broken and gets pierced, that air pocket's gone, and now you just got to hope and pray that they don't get through the second layer of glass.
Yeah,
bulletproof glass. It'll take a few rounds.
The good news is the door, the RG-31s and later were made to stop an RPG. Because we were getting shot at with those things constantly.
Yeah, it's just fucking nuts, RPGs. I want to point out, like, at this point, Willow's dad, after they talk about him, they have this great conversation about him. The next day, shit's going on, and they get drunk, They come back to the barracks, and he finds out from what is his character's name? Elias's character, Devenber. He gives him the bad news because he's the info guy. He's one who takes all the incoming reports and calls. And he lets him know that his dad had a massive heart attack and died. So he's sent off on that bus to go to his dad's funeral. And this is an event that takes place celebrating specific battles. This one's in Richmond, Virginia. The ones I went to were in Williamsburg because the reenactors were out there, and it was really beautiful and loud when the U.S. Army would put on. Because everybody involved, these aren't reenactors that live there. These are military personnel playing the British and Americans. And a lot of people, they'll see this red uniform and they will think, oh, he's British. And like, no, he is not. Your guidons and anybody playing in the marching band back during that period of the Revolutionary War wore red.
Which is
so
why
that they could be physically distinguished.
Yeah, if you look at the Marine Corps band, that's why to this day they wear the exact same cut of uniform that the rest of us do, but theirs are red.
Yep. So I think that's wonderful. And that was Washington's idea, by the way, George Washington. Doing that for any of the guidons. And for those of you that don't know, I know 11 Alpha does. Guidons are the guys in front of you with the flag. It's either the U.S. flag or it's your platoon or U.S. Army flag. Anybody that's walking in the front of a formation holding a flag is a guidon. And it means literally what it means. They're guiding on.
Yep.
And I've always loved that. And when I was in, I didn't want to be guidon. I wanted to be the guy yelling at people and telling them what they need to do, get their heads out of their asses. And God listened to me and never made me a guidon. The Army at one point was working on boots with a reinforced V-shaped sole, which, like the MRAP hull, was meant to deflect the blast. We had a fun day at Fort Benning down in Georgia, blowing up boots, testing them. That's fucking cool, dude.
That would be like walking on ice skates.
Yeah, it actually kind of would be. Doing field testing is so much fun. When I was like my last year in the Marine Corps was my unit was the first one to test the M27 IAR, the new full auto M16 basically. And oh my God, did we have fun. We put like 20,000 rounds through those guns. And then
nice.
And then like this blew my mind. We were sitting down with like colonels and they were asking for our opinion on the weapon. Like honestly asking questions, and that was a weird experience for me being an E3. We go well out of our way to avoid those.
All right, back up just for a second because I need to show you guys something. Nobody drinks like that but her. She's the only woman I've ever seen drink like that. And people wonder, what is it that makes her so sexy? Because she does shit like that. She's letting you know right up front, I'm special. I'm different.
We all know you're special, Gary.
Not me, goddammit. Anyway, the Austrian army continued to wear white uniforms for visibility until the Austro-Prussian War in 1867, when they realized white was a bad idea on a modern battlefield.
Yeah.
That's where our flag comes from. You know, our flag is red, white, red. And they say it comes from a soldier coming back covered in blood, but for the area where his belt was. That was the war.
And from what I understand, it was supposed to be green, white, green, but the guy was colorblind. Mumble.
Stop stopping the fucking slideshow. We're only half an hour through.
All right, here we go. So, and that's why I joined the Royal Air Force, to stay in 5-star hotels and not deal with crap. Nice to see you, Stasis. Good to see you, man. I taught mine awareness to soldiers deploying. I remember fucking with the guys. I said, well, the proper way to walk through a minefield was the way the French did it. And they said, well, how's that? and I put my fingers in my ears and I started tapping my foot in front of me. Like
I like the way the Poles did it. Where
I didn't want to do a Polish joke. I don't like Polish jokes, so I changed it to the French because they're fucking dumbasses too. You can also make it Italian.
No, I mean the way the Poles actually cleared minefields during the war. Have you ever heard about that? They would march German prisoners out into wherever they suspected a minefield was.
Yeah. The Poles the Poles were pissed. They're like, you invaded us twice. We're gonna fucking humiliate you. They did not like the Germans, man. The Germans just annoyed them. Ethel Merman was not popular in Poland. So let me go through some of these. Which is problematic
because they're neighbors.
Yeah. So let's see, stasis, and that's why I joined the Royal Air Force.
Yep.
Absolutely. 11 Alpha says, awareness, very good. That's starred. And by the way, hi back to you, Stasis. Good to see you. I'm sorry, we get to talking, and we're just fucking two guys talking.
And I need to run a video.
Go ahead.
There we go.
That's right. Do the snorty. Am I allowed to say I like the scene with Caan's character yes, absolutely. That was one of my favorite moments in the film. I also like that one guy in the background goes, kick his ass.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he slams the dude's face into the table, and after that he can't talk because his jaw is wired. I like that. He backed him up.
His jaw. Yeah, he broke his jaw. And for it to be wired means that it was broken not at the hinge.
Yeah.
I listened to an audiobook written by Senator Tom Cotton called Sacred Duty, A Soldier's Tour at Arlington National Cemetery. It's about the time in the old guard. Yeah, I fucking love listening to those guys. There's a medic that I listen to on YouTube channel. And Anima's, I've let her watch a couple of videos that he puts out. And he was an honor guard. He gets that special fucking rope to hang on his uniform. And
quick safety tip for everybody out there: don't intentionally punch a man in the jaw, because jaw bones are much better at breaking hand bones than the other way around.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he lets the table do the job.
Yes, exactly.
I'm doing something real quick, you guys. Feel free to talk while I'm doing this.
I mean, the Vietnam era was just a really interesting time in the Army, because the combat experience we had was essentially from World War II, because Korea essentially was the same war, just continued. And especially early on in the Vietnam War, we were kind of finding out what asymmetrical warfare looks like, and it led to a lot of real confusion. I mean, we figured we could just show up with our jets and better technology and just win the day. And we did. It's just that America was really good at winning fights. We were just not good at winning the peace.
And you were not good being in the jungle.
Oh, the Marines were fine in the jungle. We're actually jungle specialists.
Yeah, look, I'm going to tell you something. The Japanese were terrified of Marines.
Yeah,
they were absolutely,
because of how quickly we adapted to the jungle.
Yeah, it's like they wouldn't stop, and it scared the shit out of the Japanese. Plus, they're giants compared to Japanese.
Yeah,
there's these fucking giants that won't stop. People are getting shot next to them. They just keep fucking coming.
And the sheer amount of firepower we had compared to the Japanese was just stupid. Like, we could just lay down rounds and just pin them instantly. Because I think one guy out of every 4 had a Thompson.
They say it in this movie that they got a helicopter back with arrows in it. That's how they were fighting. Fucking bow and arrow.
I mean, it's effective sometimes.
Not against machine guns.
Those weren't Viet Cong, by the way. If you were getting shot at by arrows, it's usually villagers.
Yeah,
the villagers killed people. They killed Americans.
Oh,
and if you don't fucking believe me, watch Rescue Dawn.
Yep.
Those villagers fucking killed Steve Zahn's character, who's a real man that was his best friend while he was a POW. and they fucking hacked him with a fucking machete. They didn't have guns. They had what they had: farmers' implements and machetes and shit like that, and they could make bows and arrows. They fucking would kill Americans, wound them and kill them, and turn them over and hopefully get special treatment by the Viet Cong or by the NVA for having done it. However, the film was also criticized for its uneven tone, simplistic dialogue, and overall, well, they say simplistic, but the dialogue in this film is real.
Yeah.
It's really mundane, but that's how people talk. And that's why I like this movie so much. So I want to point out, it's a good time to bring this up because Gambit brings this up, and Ron Bass is just a phenomenal writer. And one of the things I think that made him so phenomenal was the fact that he would hire 7 assistants, all female. And he wasn't doing it for sexy time. He did it because they were very good at their criticisms. And he would write and use them for helping him mold the script and helping him do the research for the script. They would do all of his research for him, and then he would do the critical times, where he would show them what he's written so far, and they would give him brutal criticisms that helped him form the script better. And that is why that guy has been nominated so many fucking times. Rain Man. What Dreams Make with Robin Williams. Comedy like My Best Friend's Wedding. Entrapment with Sean Connery and what's her name when she was hot. And God,
no,
the brunette from Wales.
Oh, shit.
And he's written so many dramatic films. God damn, man. I'm looking at how Stella got her groove back. Waiting to Exhale, Dangerous Minds. The Man Who Loves Women, good film. The Joy Luck Club, which I did not like, but I didn't hate it either. It was a good film, just wasn't a subject I was interested in. Sleeping with the Enemy, Rain Man, Gardens of Stone, Black Widow, Codename Emerald, by the way, which we will be doing on Military Monday, and it's another Ed Harris film, one of his early films. I think it was his 3rd film. A good movie. By the way, they use real honor guard in this movie. Pretty much only the actors that are the main characters are the only ones that aren't real soldiers in this film. That's why the honor guard do such a good job. And Anima caught it right in that first moment when the guy yelled. She goes, "That guy's military." And I went, "Yep." You can tell by the way they bark.
Yep.
The guys that are actual military, when they do honor guard, bark. It's like a full O, operatic O shape when they say things. Yeah, it's like crazy. And I don't have the hoarse voice anymore, so I can't do that shit.
And you speak from the diaphragm, not from your throat.
Yep.
So you're just
enunciating.
Yep. Everything.
Pushing it up. And I fucking love this movie. I love this movie. And they do a proper job of showing what the honor guard do. My only beef, again, is James Caan's criticisms that nobody who's active infantry would be like that. But I understand that Ron Bass never served in the military. He was a sickly child. And so that guy was he was 4F from birth, and but I think he did a fantastic job honoring these men and adapting the book. And I want to, because I've read from other critics that said that he got the most important points of the book in the movie. And I'm like, good. Because any soldier, they'll piss and moan about this duty, but they know that this duty is one of the most important things you can do in the military. But yes, they're toy soldiers for a little bit, not the whole time. This is down duty. U.S. Marine Corps has a down duty.
What are
those 2 places? No. I want you to answer. What are those 2 places that you get a lot of times once your service is about to end?
You get, sometimes you'll get assigned as a drill instructor, as a B billet.
No, I'm talking about cush duty. Cush duty is Pentagon and White House.
Pentagon and 8th. Well, actually, those are both the same duty station. That's 8th and I.
Oh, 8th and I. Okay,
Like,
I didn't know that had a name. That's cool.
That's the funny part is what is now the Marine Barracks in Washington was the Commandant of the Marine Corps' house.
That's cool. Took that motherfucker's house.
Well,
I volunteered for the old guard.
Archibald Henderson, the guy we refer to as the grand old man of the Marine Corps, actually, after 63 years in service, when he died, willed it to the Marine Corps itself, and that became 8th and I.
So I want to respond to this one. 11 Alpha wrote, I volunteered for the old guard, but did not meet the height standard. I am 6 foot in the morning, but due to spinal compression during the day, 5'11" by the end of the day. And I didn't run into that problem. There's the guy. Boy, oh boy. He was so good as Luciano. Lucky Luciano, man.
Yep.
Oh, good
So
fucking
why didn't
actor.
you get it, Gary? You're definitely tall enough.
I don't know. And what's even worse is I volunteered for it. Alicia didn't.
What's funny
She
is
didn't
I
care
got
It's just not tall.
Well, which is what's funny is I got selected out of boot camp for 8th and I turned it down.
Why?
Because I wanted to go to combat.
Well, I understand that because Holland, Julio, and I went to our drill sergeants because they were threatening us, but they didn't understand. I think all three of us signed up for the same fucking reason because things were escalating in the Middle East. And basically, we volunteered to go straight from basic. Send us to combat training, infantry training, and we'll go. I'll drop my MOS request of combat medic to do this. And drill sergeant looks at him and goes, what? And then we're like, yeah, we volunteered to do this because they were threatening us with it. And they said, we can't really do that. We're just doing that to freak everybody out. You guys really want to go? And it's like, yeah, because we're older and we feel that we would keep our shit together better than somebody younger than us.
Well, it wasn't even that. I saw it as my duty. That's why I enlisted.
Yeah, you said duty.
Yeah, I said duty. But I saw it as my duty to serve. And no, I mean, if there's a war going on, I'm in. And they wanted me for 8th and I because I looked good in the uniform. Or I did at that time because I wasn't fat yet. And I told them no because I had the job I wanted, being a machine gunner. And let's face it, who doesn't want that job of running a 240 or a 50 cal every day?
Yeah, man.
I love the
Fuck
M2.
yeah.
It's such a
firing that shit down range, knowing that you're fucking up somebody's day. Come on.
All right.
That's great shit.
Well, and even just feeling that M2 buck under your fucking hands. Like, if you're not, as one of my instructors put it in infantry school, if you are firing an M2 and you're not at least at a half chub, you are doing something wrong.
Chub. I love that, man.
Hi,
By the
Penny.
way, I want to show you guys again. Just the juxtaposition of this is so fucking goofy because I can't understand still why I didn't get honor guard. I really don't. I was a good soldier. I was a combat medic. I was tall and like you. I looked fucking good in my uniform. I looked like an all-American, And I'm like, I'm perfect for fucking honor guard. And I would like to do it and have had that chance. I'd like to get that pin, that they put on your chest. If you complete your mission, you get that fucking award pin.
And 11 Alpha gets it. Carrying the 240 around, I miss that going every day. I wish I had one still. There is one at my local hardware store. It's like 10 grand.
God damn.
But I asked them last time I was in there. It's a real 1985 dealer sample. That's an actual machine gun. Because they do make a semi-automatic version of it, which a semi-automatic belt fed just makes me sad.
Yeah, what's the point?
Exactly.
I'm going to do this very quickly. Then I don't feel like having Anima yell at me again.
Dude, if it were up to you, after 2 hours, it would be 10 minutes into the slideshow.
All right. So, one, that's me in the barracks in the squad leader room reading some good pornography.
Yeah,
As you do.
YouTube is gonna love this.
Yeah.
Oh, they're clothed on the outside of the magazine. But look at those eyes, man. Julio took that picture. This is my buddy John Davis. I took that photo of him while he was sleeping and drooling. And I would show that photo to any girl that liked him.
You're such a dick.
I know. This is Goodrum. Goodrum's the guy that I put on guard duty or cleanup duty when we went on the weekend. He would get stuck at the barracks for like 8 hours before he's allowed to meet us in town. And he asked me like one day, like, well, why do you always do that to me? I said, guys, Goodrum, you're the only one in this fucking platoon that'll do what I tell them to do and do it right. I said, you're the only one I can fucking trust. I can't give it to Kyle here. That's Kyle, by the way. Kyle got wounded in combat, got his Purple Heart. But anyway, so that's me holding up Goodrum right after I said all of this to him. Walked out of there around those Texas-style cinder blocks that are hollow. And we walked around the corner, and Kyle goes, you think he bought any of that shit? And I went, he took it hook, line, and sinker. I fucking was doing it to him because I thought it was funny to always put him on extra duty. Because I'm a dick.
If I had met Gary back then, I would not have liked him.
You would have laughed your ass off at the stuff I did. And that's Alicia and me. Look how fucking tiny she is. She's like almost Anima size. You know, and she got fucking honor guard. That's Martinez right there. That's the guy I fucked with all the time. That's whatever I asked him after he answered me, I go, okay. And if he thought I said what, I would say, no, I said okay.
And Gary, if you want to check your email, I just sent you a photo of me back when I was in.
Oh, man. So just real quick here. This is Andre, a good buddy of mine in the Army. Fucking love this guy. I really love that guy. Really good dude. And again, I'm a giant. And again, with my two best friends in the Army right there, Julio and John Davis. I lost contact, could never find him. I used military buddies. I used everything. Can't find Julio. I'm like, I hope he didn't get killed in the war. But I can't find him. But John Davis, I'm so close friends with him. And I'm taller than both those fuckers. I'm a big motherfucker. In fact, this photo right here, that's my Sergeant Dave Hope. And Davis took this photo. And can you find me in this picture?
Let me take a good look here. I'm seeing it on a small. Let me blow this up.
Yeah, you're the one to the.
You're the guy on the right.
On the far right there, that's a giant.
Yeah, the guy that's a head taller than everybody else. Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, man. And that's why I get so tickled when I meet somebody that I have to look up to, like Keith. I look slightly upward at him. And I'm like, God damn, not only do I have a great black friend, I also have a close friend who's fucking taller than me. That's awesome.
Here's a question for you, Gary. And I think I can answer it because I know you were 26 when you went in, so that must have been 90 or 91.
90. I went in May of 1990.
There you
Things
go,
were escalating. Things were escalating.
Yeah, Gary, if you want to pull up my picture,
let me go to my email. I need to go to my email. And fuck, my hand is shaking. I'm sorry. It's nerves right here in my shoulder, and I can feel it pinching. So I'm trying to adjust my position. And Yahoo, mail, and Dan Field. They can see your name. Yeah, you've been doxxed.
My name's been out there for a while. I don't really care.
Oh, look at that, dude. Yeah, I'm not gay, but if I were, I'd swing that way.
This was really early on in my career because if you look at my stack, I don't have any of my deployment ribbons yet.
Yeah, Marines don't get very many ribbons.
No, we don't.
Unlike the Army. You tied your boots correctly. Here's a ribbon.
I had my boot stack, and that was it. I just had National Defense and GWAT.
Yeah, you look good in that uniform, brother. You really do. That's
what's under
Lance
the
Corporal.
beard. Is my
Lance
jaw.
Corporal?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like that's what's under the uniform, lady, or the beard, ladies. My jaw is basically square.
You wanna see one of me, Gary?
Um,
I'll put it up in the back.
I want to, but I can't guarantee the audience.
No, the audience might not want to because I was a $105 stick man. I was like 125 pounds the entire time.
That's
I was in the
so
military.
fucking funny, dude.
I
Yeah,
was-
send it
I was-
to my email.
I was
dude.
on the opposite end of that spectrum. I was 6'2", 215.
I'm going to download yours so I can get this video going again. But I just wanted to show you that. By the way, I also had something wonderful happen. Let me show you this while we're doing this real quick. I almost cried when a guy I hadn't heard from in years found me, said, I found you. I've been looking for you for years. And I went, man, I'm all over the fucking web.
Yeah.
Just spell my name correctly.
They don't know. Normies don't know, man. They don't know.
That's
Yeah.
how my son found me because I didn't know where he was. Sean, he found me thanks to the internet. So I get this photo first at stage. That's sent to me. That's our fake uniform
Yep.
with Velcro back. And it's like you're moved
Yeah,
in. Put
it's
this
just
on.
for photos. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then, all right. And I don't think the hat was even ours, the Garrison cap. I don't think it was ours either. I think it was all like there.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing that's ours is the name tag.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was really weird. And then he sends this photo. And I'm like, I know that fucking face.
Mm-hmm.
And then he sent the back of the photo of me that I gave him. And I thought everybody that's read it cracks up laughing what I said to him. And it was one of the nicknames I didn't, but I was with this guy all the way through training. And everybody that knew me in reception knew that they called me Joker because I'm so fucking funny, you know, and I'd had him rolling all the time. Anyway, it says, I wrote, hey, Hancock, I really enjoyed being friends with you, man. You're a real trip. What's the difference between a bowling ball and a Fort Leonard Wood girl? You can't eat a bowling ball, or you can eat a bowling ball if you have to. Ha!
It's messed up, man.
It's not wrong, though.
Well, I told a variation to that fucking joke for years that people just fucking like, what? Like when I was at Eastern Illinois University, going to school on the GI Bill, I told the joke is, do you know what the difference between a Cadillac and an Eastern Illinois girl is? I said, no, what? I said, not everybody's been in a Cadillac. Also,
Wow.
you can eat a Cadillac. You can eat a Cadillac if you really have to. And then it was again, do you know what the difference between a bowling ball and an Eastern Illinois girl? No, what is it? I said, you can only fit 3 fingers in a bowling ball. Also, you can eat a bowling ball if you really have to. Anybody in the military fucking likes those kinds of jokes. They're fucked up jokes.
Oh, one of my favorite ones I'll save for off stream because it'll get us demonetized.
Oh, yeah. You got to be careful with that shit. Let me get back to this. Gambit wrote, I did great in that field, and it made $1,645,588 on its opening weekend for a total domestic gross of $5.2 million. Yeah. Actually, no, it's 5.3. It's a 6 following the 2.
Yeah.
So you go up. God, look how pretty she is.
Oh yeah, she was a gorgeous girl.
Such a,
Yeah, my favorite
Man.
movie with her, and it's that John Hughes movie, Some Kind of Wonderful. Love her in that.
well,
flick.
Some Kind of Wonderful. I brought that up because she's a drummer. She actually knows how to drum.
Yeah.
And I was like, where is she? I have to go meet her.
Yeah, I'm in love, right?
I don't know if she's the marrying kind of girl, but I want to put my penis inside her. Or as I lovingly refer to it, my weenus.
My pictures are back there anytime you want to show them, man. I'll just leave it up there.
Yeah, I don't agree with that criticism at all. It's not that I'm arguing with you, Gam, but I know that's not you saying it. I don't agree with that at all. I think that the film has believable dialogue. It's just the way people talk. And overall, a sense of being rushed and incomplete. I don't think that either. Despite its promising subject matter, I think that it sticks to the theme.
It is
and
not
also
rushed.
has it's not it's a slow burn of a film.
It's almost 2
and,
hours long. How is that rushed? It's stupid.
It's not. It just has a lot happening, and
Yeah.
and it's based in reality because this is loosely based on his experiences serving the honor guard and also being a Vietnam veteran. And Sam Bottom's in this too, by the way. He plays Lieutenant Weber in the film, and Sam Bottoms is the brother of another actor who's probably better well known because he played George W. Bush 2 times. First, he played it in the 9/11 movie they made. He played George W. Bush in that. And then Trey Parker and Matt Stone hired him to play Bush in My Little Bush or whatever that TV show was.
Oh my god!
Oh my gosh! You talk about Timothy?
Timothy Bottoms is his brother.
Yeah.
Timothy Bottoms, Jesus Christ.
Another acting family, the Bottoms boys. Yep.
Yeah.
Careful how you say
Boy,
that.
I got to tell you.
The bottom.
Yeah, it's like it just sounds weird. It's like, so what are you? I'm a bottom.
Yikes! I'm passive.
Wait, is that your name or what your preference is? Because I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a power bottom.
Yikes!
Again, Army and Marine Corps. Marine Corps is the single gayest joking branch.
It's like we're not actually gay. We're just extremely homoerotic. The Navy
Very
takes that too serious.
homoerotic. I have seen Marines fucking play dry humping each other. And
I mean, I'm pretty sure we invented gay chicken.
I wouldn't be surprised. And I know that I was very gay acting in the Army, which is why I think I belonged in the Marine Corps. But they don't have their own hospital corpsman, so I didn't go because that's Navy, and I didn't want to go in the Navy. I wanted 100%.
You can play gay chicken in the Navy, but you'll end up with a boyfriend.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I like you.
Like, oh shit, might have overplayed my hand here.
We were out on FTX, and I looked. We're all sitting around my shelter half, and my battle buddy's shelter half. You put 2 shelter halves together, you have a full tent. Okay, and we're sitting there, sitting around a sterno lamp, and just talking, yammering. And new guy comes walking up, and I'm like, "Hey guys, new guy's coming up. Let me do my thing. Just whatever I say, go with it." And so they got all quiet, and I start talking like I've been telling a story. I said, "Yeah." And after that, that guy didn't know what to do, and we had, hey, new guy's here. New guy, come here. I said, "Okay, so we've been talking, and we've got a bit of a conundrum here. So you're in the tent with your battle buddy, okay, on your side of the shelter half, okay, and you wake up in the morning." And your pants and underwear are down around your ankles, and your ass hurts. And when you feel it, it's all lathered up with Vaseline. And you look, and your battle buddy did this. And this guy goes to his drill instructor and wants to tell him. And so he does. And the sergeant tells him, "Hey, man, we could follow through with a report on this, but if we do, you're probably going to get labeled as gay for having not known that somebody was buggering you. So are you sure you want to follow through with this report?" And I looked at the new guy. I said, "Now, I'm not going to tell you how that ended. What I want to know is how do you feel about that? If that happened to you, would you report your battle buddy for that shit?" And he looked at me and he goes, "Are you getting labeled as gay?" And I went, "Yes, that's the risk. I don't know. I probably wouldn't say anything." I said, "Awesome. I'll see you later." I got
Dude,
everybody fucking fell out. They did not know where I was going with this fucking joke.
We took that to a new level. For those of you who are unaware, especially in the Marine Corps, but any infantry unit, fucking with the boot drops, like the guys who just get to the unit, is like a time-honored tradition. And so
it's one of the nicknames they have too. They get called boot.
Yep.
And a lot of people don't know. Boot is new guy.
Yeah.
And in the Army, we called him boot, but we also called him new guy. And
boot, cherry, FNG.
FNG, fucking no good.
Or fucking new guy, either one.
Or fucking new guy.
So we had a boot drop. We got like 15 guys because like a bunch of our guys were getting out. And one of our guys knew how to play the banjo, and he had one. So we had him do the fucking
Dueling banjos, yes.
Yeah, meanwhile, one of our sergeants comes up, grabs one of the new guys by the ass, and just goes, you got a hurted mouth.
Yes, that shit's fucking funny.
It's like, and like the
guy, I would walk up.
The kid did not know how to act because it's just like, oh my god, like this is a sergeant. I shouldn't be doing anything. But also, what?
Should I report him to Human Resources? Does the Marine Corps have Human Resources? No.
No, we don't.
The guy that just harassed you is your Human Resources.
Well, the funniest one was we were joking around because shortly after I was getting out was when they allowed transgenders to start serving openly. I'm like, that better not be into combat arms units because I know exactly what's going to happen. They're just going to walk by you and just go, "Hey, nice tits, bro."
Or if you're a machine gunner with the old weapons with, can I get that nutsack for you?
Yeah.
Because that's what they're called, nutsacks.
Yeah.
Because they had the fabric around them that made them look like scrotums.
Like that, and that like separates combat arms from the rest of the military. Like if you do not have a sense of humor or you have thin skin, you cannot be in combat arms. Because we will.
By the way, I'm glad you're back, Joe. Did you send me your photo? I don't see your photo.
No, I shared it. You can pop it up anytime you want to, buddy.
Oh, fuck you, dude. Why'd you do that?
I bet it's been back there, man. I told you. You were so busy. You were into your story, buddy. This is the Johnson Island. Anybody can look at this on Facebook. It's the Johnson Island Vets page. And
Engorge
I was there
the picture
in
so we can see it better.
1985. I'm actually on the cover.
Of Military Prick magazine.
Is right there from 85 and 86, and that's me in the red shirt. Me and a guy named Kevin O'Connell hung out together a lot. He's the guy in a lot of these pictures. But that's me back in the day, right there with the birth control glasses on, sitting there having a Pepsi at the bowling alley. They actually had a bowling alley on Johnson Island that was like, I think it was 4 lanes. That was it. It was like they had strapped 2 tractor trailers together and made it or some shit like that. But the uniform pictures, remember I told you this was the last place they actually
he's bowling. Hold on. By the way, he's bowling because every base has a post bowling alley.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Check out our movie theater. We called it the drive-in.
I never bowled before. Real bowling. Yeah. I did duck pin bowling as a kid.
Right.
But I'd never bowled, and I learned to bowl and found out I was good at it in the Army.
Dude,
and I'm like, holy shit.
I would imagine you would. The kind of leverage you can put on a ball, especially if you learn spin, bro. Holy shit.
I found out the candle pin is a New England thing.
Yeah. This right here is what we call the drive-in. It's a theater with no walls because when it rained out there, it rained for 5 seconds and just blew right over the island. So we didn't have any walls on our theater. And
what post
if you want to see me, I'm right here down at the bottom of that picture. That's me right there with my guys. And like I said, we were the last ones issued in the active service jungle fatigues out there on Johnson Island.
Yeah, you've got. I love boonie caps, man.
Yeah, dude, they're awesome. I love it. The funny part is, and that's me right there with Kevin O'Connell. We took our picture by the downrange thing. We were guarding chemical weapons for a year out there. Is what we were doing. And
although, tell me,
show you my boonie.
Tell me, none of you ever just ripped ass by that sign and laughed about it.
Oh yeah, Come on, man. Yikes.
But we got issued boonie hats. We're almost never allowed to wear them.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
it's not part of your BDU, you know,
No.
and
we got the whole thing. You know, the best part was, guys, and the whole reason why they gave it to us, it wasn't the slanted pocket jacket shirts, but it was the boots, man. Those green canvas on the side boots with the air filters on the side. It made things so much nicer. Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is, like in real jungle, they rot.
Yeah.
Very quickly.
But out there in the ocean, that was great because it was hot out there, man.
Unfortunately, I don't have mine. It's probably in storage somewhere, but I don't know where it is. But I do have the old Vietnam era variant of mine, like of the patrol or the Marine Corps patrol cover. We call it the 8-point because you'll see why.
Yeah,
but worn exactly correctly, 2 fingers.
Yes, 2 fingers. Looks good, man.
Absolutely. I tell people all the time, 2 fingers.
Yep.
That's why when you see photos of me in uniform with my
that's a Marine hat. We never wore
Corps.
that one. Me and Gary have never worn that one.
If it's the 8 points, it's Marines or Navy.
Yep, for sure.
Because the corpsmen wear the same one.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
They wear our exact kit.
I do believe SEAL teams have the same one too.
Yeah, I think special weapon or Navy special weapons because sweat guys wear the same thing.
The uniforms I wore on a regular basis were those jungle fatigues, BDUs, of course. That was, I'm sure Gary wore those too when he first started.
By the time I was in, it was Marpat, but
I did have, believe it or not, and I'm just a couple, maybe an inch shorter than my father. I had his old OD uniform with the OD hat and everything. My name already on it and everything. You know, all I had to do was change the unit patches.
The cool one was my grandfather gave me his the little green folding cover we wear with our service uniform.
Yeah.
He gave me his from World War II, and I wore it with his Yugoslav anchor in it. Mm-hmm. And my first sergeant stopped me because it was faded and it's kind of old. Mm-hmm. And he's like, "Wait, that thing's unserviceable. Why are you wearing that?" And then I told him what it was. He's like, "That's fucking outstanding. Don't ever." It's like, if anyone tells you to take that off, you tell them to come find me.
Right. Yeah.
It's like, because it was my grandfather's, and it was actually, the funny thing is, the current service one is still the same. It hasn't changed.
Really?
It's the same pattern. It's just newer now. And probably made out of artificial fibers now, whereas that was
this kind of unnerved the dad of the.
Well, I want to explain something. So you see the opening scene, and you don't realize watching the movie that you're watching the ending of the movie,
right?
Yep.
Because you think, oh, she was married to a soldier before,
mm-hmm.
And then you find out, oh fuck, no, that's the only man she ever married, and it's his fucking funeral.
Yeah,
it's crushing at the ending of this film.
It is. I hadn't seen this in a long time, but when I saw you were doing Guards of the Stone, I said, "Oh my God, this is going to be wholly depressing." Good Lord.
Now I see Flag Corps. Did I not see Flag Corps pin there on him?
Oh.
Her dad. What is?
Yeah, he's some kind of he's on the technical side of things, isn't he? Wasn't he building some kind of computer or some shit like that?
Some shit like that. Keep watching, because when he stands up, gosh, she's so gorgeous.
She is. Yeah. What's her name? Mary Stuart Masterson? Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I was in love with her back then. Yeah, she was gorgeous. But their whole
Flag Corps, right?
Yep, that's Signal, U.S. Army Signal Corps.
U.S. Signal Corps. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
All right.
But he said that earlier in the movie. That's the whole thing.
Know.
He thinks she doesn't need to be with a grunt, right? Because he's not highbrow enough.
But that's the funny thing, is people probably won't recognize what the Signal Corps emblem is, because we've been using radio so long that they don't realize that before that we had little guys with flags.
We
did specific movements that meant certain letters.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Signal Corps.
All right.
But yeah, he's kind of put off by them going, doing all the yelling and stuff. But that's That is the core of the Army right there, man. That's the infantry, man. That's how they act.
Yes, sir.
Grunts. I tell people all the time. There's only two militaries that have grunts. That's U.S. Marine Corps and the U.S. Army. We both share
And I'm
that.
sure
We
you
have that in
covered
common.
this.
That we have both Marines and Army have infantry.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure you
that's our
covered this,
bond.
but the blue cord signifies their infantry.
Yeah, I did.
In the Army,
Mhm.
I actually don't have it in the photo I shared, but we're entitled to wear that green and red braid
Okay.
because Fifth Marines, it's the French Fourragère.
Okay.
Because Fifth Marines was at Belleau Wood
Mhm.
and was awarded that honor there, and every Marine that's part of that unit is allowed to wear that.
Also, just to let you know, the braided gold, as I recall, is what they get upon completing mission of Honor Guard, along with the
I think so, yeah.
pin
Okay.
that goes on the chest.
That's cool.
And I'm trying to find a picture of the pin.
Don't know. I
It's
do know the
only
infantry.
after they complete it. If they fuck up in any way, they don't get. If they get one gig, they don't get that award.
Well, I mean, in general, at the old guard, isn't that the rule of like if you fuck up once, you're gone?
Yeah, you can't mess up.
Like I know 8th and I's like that. Like to the point where like the silent drill team, if you drop your rifle during practice, you're out of the unit.
Oh, that part where that homeboy grabbed his bayonet and not the rifle and fell down. I was like, oh, I feel bad for that dude.
Because those are sharpened.
Oh, anybody that's been in drilling ceremony knows that moment when something like that goes wrong. I mean, we had these Springfield 1903s that we used. We blacked out all the metal and stuff for drill team competitions. They weighed about 13 pounds for a little guy like me. It was kind of,
well, that's the problem
heavy.
with all of those. The M1, M14, and the Springfield all were close in weight. They're heavy, and that's why they ended up getting pulled.
They're about 9
But
pounds.
during inspection, when you're doing drill and ceremony during inspection, you have to open the bolt, look in there, and present it, right? It's got to be, empty.
And the white glove allows you to look down the barrel.
Tell you how many times guys would mess up putting the bolt back in and not put the pin in that keeps it in there and just sling the bolt right down to the ground whenever they friggin' opened it. It's like,
Although
dude,
I do
come
like
on.
the older rifles for drill and ceremony. Doing it with the M16 feels really fucking weird.
Yeah, I imagine.
Because instead of the bolt, you just have the T handle of just like.
Yeah,
I don't like it. I like the M1 and obviously the M14 has the same action.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then the M19, the Springfield's just such a nice rifle. I want one.
What was wild is you had to figure out the timing when guys were going to snatch that away from you because you got to drop your hands right away. You can't try and keep it. You know what I mean? It can't be a fight over the weapon.
The trick is basically as soon as you feel contact, your hands go to your
boom, drop your hands. Yeah. It's his then, right?
Yep.
But you've got to take it back correctly too.
Yes.
If they try to, for instance, you're holding it like this, right? I've got my left hand up, my right hand down where the butt would be. He's got to hand it back to you like that, or you can't accept it. Yep. You just stand there and don't do a thing until he.
It's sort of like when you salute an officer and they don't salute you. You just stand there like this.
That's it. All you can do is just stand there.
You got to just stand there and wait for somebody to release you.
Yep.
Fucking hate that shit. But
I had that happen to me because the officer in question was actually a friend of mine from college.
Mm-hmm.
And he actually got stationed with our unit. And so he was outside, talking to another officer one morning. And you know how the rule is, if you're within 6 feet, only one of you has to salute?
Yeah, yeah.
So we walked by him at exactly 7 foot intervals, my entire platoon. And he just went, "Morning, sir." And then I was the last one in line, and he stopped me because he knew it was my fucking idea. And he's just like, and he stopped me when I saluted, and he's just like, "Yep."
This is when they discuss that Wildman is getting the fucking Silver Star.
Yeah.
And they're just like, what? All right, I need to get some of these comments. I've been waiting to get a hold of them. I even messaged you guys and said, please let me get to these fucking
yeah.
comments.
Well, we're having fun talking, man.
I know we do, but I got to get these out.
I know you do.
Gambit, and I definitely love 80s movies because of this. Thief, Kamikaze, 1989. Thief for me. I love anything from the 70s and the 80s when it comes to movies, but 80s was the king of one thing and one thing only: action.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
They made action movies. No, I'm going to take that back. Horror.
They made great
The
horror
movies
too,
are
yes.
fantastic as well. But I think you were right the first time. The 80s had this feel with action movies, whether it be Canon Films or any of the big studios. Like they just knew how to do action sequences.
Yeah, because they took the buddy cop thing, which the first buddy cop movie, the actual buddy cop film, was Freebie and the Bean with James Caan and Alan Arkin. And I own that movie. I fucking bought that movie when the studio put it out. It's a basic, not quite HD copy of the film. And they called them the archival DVDs. And I fucking loved having that movie. That movie will never be remade. It's too racist. The United States Air Force is much worse. WRT decorations, yeah. Let's see. For Your Eyes Only, 1981 is my top 3 favorite Bond films of all time. I think it is one of the best.
One of my favorite opening Bond themes as well. For Your Eyes Only is a great freaking song. Sheena Easton has a hell of a voice. Yeah.
Little Scottish girl. She was so beautiful. She was the only Bond singer to be in the opening title.
Yeah, they actually put her face.
She's
in
in there,
it, yeah.
which makes her a Bond girl because she's in the movie.
Yeah,
I just get goosebumps fucking saying that because I just fucking love that. Anyway, this movie dedication during the end credits states this film is dedicated to the 3rd U.S. Infantry, the Old Guard of the Army at Fort Myer, Virginia. And by the way, some of the footage was shot at my base.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Fort Belvoir.
You know,
I'm serious. Some of the outdoor
many
footage.
Military posts around there. I mean, you're talking about the Norfolk area and
You
all
got
that stuff. Yeah.
Fort Belvoir, Fort AP Hill,
Fort Myer, Fort Myer, Lee,
all within a close area. That's
Fort
why
Lee,
when I grew up in
Langley
Fredericksburg
Air Force Base.
I asked my dad if the Russians ever attack us, would we survive an attack? And he goes, "Oh no, son, no."
It's like Virginia.
You'd be like me. You'd see a flash and go, "What is that flash?" Oh, we're done.
We're surrounded by military bases and the capital of the United States and Richmond.
I have it just as bad because even out this way, guess what's out near here? Raven Rock.
Wow.
So it's like, oh, good. I'm going to get it because of them.
I got Strategic Air Command, one neighborhood over, right there. I hear taps every day at 9 o'clock if I'm not if I don't have the turned up.
Okay, I need to ask this. She was clearly female, right? Not male. That looked like Mary Stuart Masterson, right? Alpha.
How did you not try to marry her?
Yeah, if I was a female, I hope you fucked the hell out of her.
Right? Come on.
And then yelled, "Freedom!" Anyway, Whitney climax. That'd be funny.
And especially a redhead and British. I have a thing for.
I'm sorry. That's the trifecta.
Yeah, it's just like like I don't care what your opinion is on it. You're coming to live with me now.
Oh my gosh!
And of course, you're infantry. That's right.
Alpha's got the blue cord. Yes.
Blue cord, gold cord.
You can
I
tell
wanted that gold
far
cord.
away when you're close to them. They've got the crossed rifles.
Yep. We don't have that. We don't actually denote our MOS on our uniform at all.
Really?
It's just Marine.
Well, actually, it's driven by the MOS, but I don't know what yours is. The what do they call that dagger with the snakes around it? Isn't that yours?
No.
Yeah. Caduceus.
Oh yeah, that's for medics.
Mine is
Marines. It's literally all just the Eagle Globe and Anchor.
Cross flintlocks is
for
what the
Marines.
military police is.
For Marines, it's always just the Eagle Globe and Anchor.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Facing inboard as always. Don't ever fucking mess that up.
Yep. Right.
The anchors point towards the throat.
But yeah, all the Army guys have got their MOS classification on their lapels. Yep.
I remember fucking with my 2 Army Ranger sergeants, Eugene Tevez and Tom Parker. Like I got my new rank, I got my stripe, and I went to them. I said, "How do we put this on? Like this way?" I had it upside down just to fuck with them. And I was being genuine with them. And they just sort of looked at me and went, come on, guys, don't fuck with me. Is this right?
The worst for us is dealing with the senior Navy guys, because if you don't know this, the Navy's chief ranks are also polished metal, not like the rest of ours that are all black. So we're trained to salute anything with shiny on its collar, because that means for us it's an officer.
Right.
But the chiefs would walk by in their service khaki uniforms, and we'd salute them because I see shiny out of the corner of my eye. I'm instantly saluting and saying, "Good morning, sir," and then we'd get chewed out by a freaking master chief for 2 minutes because we didn't look right.
Yeah,
I'm looking for his answer. Did he not answer? I have the blue cord. Let's see. WRT equals with regard to. I was supposed to go to Fort Belvoir yesterday. Awesome. I liked that post. I really did. The only reason I left is over a woman, and I got transferred out to California. But my commanding officer fought it. And so they never officially transferred me. I fucking drilled with that fucking ambulance unit. And like for 2 years. And it's not on my DD-214. It's in the paperwork behind it.
Yeah.
And it pissed me off. And
yeah, it's supposed to be on the 214, man.
I got fucked out of it by my commanding officer because on there where it says further information, nothing follows. And I'm like, you motherfucker.
Wow.
He was mad at me for fucking not staying with that unit and leaving because I met a girl that I thought I wanted to be with for the rest of my life. I did not. But anyway.
We've all made that.
Spoiler alert.
What?
We've all made that mistake.
No, Martin, what?
Martin, what'd you say?
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I made a
female
terribly
military
mean,
intelligence corps officer. Yes,
evil,
female.
Evil joke about my ex-wife. After she passed away, I turned to Jim Woodward, my childhood best friend, and he's probably the only person I ever make this joke with. I turned to him. I said, with all my ex-wives that are so fucking mean, at least blah, blah, I don't want to say her name, had the decency to die. Tim's sitting there goes, oh my God, Gary, what the fuck is wrong with you? I went, I don't know. I'm just really angry right now.
There's Alpha's answer, buddy. It was a female military intelligence corps officer. Yes. There you go.
Georgetown's National Security Studies program. Movies often mess up Army combat patches by putting left shoulder versions up. And people don't understand, there are some grunts who wear patches on both shoulders.
Yes.
And that means deployment, and people don't understand that when they see that because they're not always the same fucking patch.
No, they are.
No, they're not. The one, let me think. Correct me if I'm wrong. The one on the right shoulder is the combat patch, and the one on the left shoulder is your current unit.
That's who I was deployed with.
Right.
This is who I
current unit is left, and right is your combat patch. Yeah.
Although I do like the way the Marine Corps does it, where we don't have unit patch. Well, we do have a unit emblem, but it's nowhere on our uniform. Where it's like it doesn't matter who we're serving with. We are United States Marines, and we are all the same.
The thing when I saw Class A's, the first thing I looked at was how many hashes they had on the bottom of the sleeve.
Yep.
That told you how long they'd been around. And
okay, I've got to tell you something. Okay, so there's a video out there. You had to have seen this, Pub, of a Marine talking to a Ranger. And he says, the Marine says, the top one is your Ranger tab. And the squiggly girly one is the Ranger unit you're in. He goes, yeah. Could you be more gay?
I've seen this video, and I've had this argument with guys I know who are Rangers.
I love that fucking Marine saying it. Just made me laugh.
For those of you who don't know this, the there is a rivalry between the Army Rangers and the Marines for who's the actual better heavy infantry, and it's obviously us. But
because Marines are insane.
Yeah, well, that's the thing.
No bias there.
If you gave the Marine Corps the Rangers budget, we'd be autistic. Actually, we're already autistic. It would just take it to a new level.
Check out what Alpha said there.
Yes,
Tab
she
is
was
just
a female
school.
military intelligence corps officer studying Georgetown National.
No.
like
I meant
that.
the last one he put up.
Yeah,
well, I like that one.
Yeah.
And a tab is just a school. A scroll is a way of life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's again the Marine just responded the perfect funny way, which is, could you be more gay? Lawrence Fishburne and Sam Bottoms. This was their second film together after Apocalypse. Oh yeah, because he was on the boat.
But he was. I cracked up when I read the credits at the beginning of it. He's Larry Fishburne in this.
Yep.
Yeah, because he hadn't changed his name because he just came off of being known for White Shadow, was what he was best known for. Yeah. And so he stuck to that name for a while and then said, no, I need to fancy my name up. I'm not a kid. I'm a fucking grown man.
Yeah. Him and James Earl Jones have been in some really good movies.
And again, I want to point out, James Earl Jones' dad is a great fucking actor. And he's in the movie. He's the only black character in the movie, The Sting, with Paul Newman, Robert Redford. Right. Dies, he gets killed. And god damn, when you see pictures of him when he was young, fucking his son looks just like him.
James, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Also, he stuttered, James Earl Jones. And acting got him over his stutter. And graduating from with a BA in drama is why he didn't stutter and why he didn't get fucked with in the Army. Because if you got a stammer in the Army, you will get a lot of get to it, you know.
What's up, Gomer?
What are you trying to say?
You know, we were talking earlier about TBIs and how it changes your brain. I knew a guy who had a TBI and it actually helped him out because he had a stutter when, and then got blown up. Totally fine otherwise, but he had a pretty bad concussion. Never started again.
So he was the version of banging up the TV to clear the signal.
Yeah, pretty much. Of just like hit it and it worked.
Right.
Yeah. Knock it on the side. And what's funny is there's a stand-up comedian who has a stutter, and he got it from a TBI.
Yep.
He didn't have a stutter before.
No.
And he
Bruce Willis had a bad stutter before he became an actor. Yeah.
He got the stutter playing baseball. And one of his jokes, what was it? He says, oh my God, I can't remember the fucking joke. It's funny as hell that, I got a TBI and the other team got an RBI.
I mean,
I fucking found it so funny when he said that. And people feel like you can't joke about that. And he goes, it happened to me. I can joke about it.
All I want, right? Yeah.
Not only that,
and you have to laugh.
I've been a baseball player. I'm a hockey player who was a fighter, and I was in the Marine Corps and got blown up twice. I have like 6 concussions at this point. I'm not as bright as
brain damage, don't you? Yikes.
Yeah.
That's like they
already
used to give
brain damage as a Marine.
Damon Wayans a bunch of shit because he makes fun of handicapped people, and he's like, "Hey, I got a club foot. Leave me alone. I can make fun of it all I want."
Yeah, right?
You know.
It's like, as I like to put it, I just have a sliver of Dane damage.
Drain damage.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not as smart as I used to be.
But this is a pretty good movie, man. It's not one you watch every day. I mean, the subject matter is not the jolliest thing in the entire world.
No.
But it's a good Veterans Day movie. And it's a good Memorial Day movie.
It's well done. It's respectfully done. And the point was not to bash on the military, which is actually kind of unique for Vietnam movies.
Yeah. Yeah. The point was...
it's my beef with Oliver Stone. Because what do you call it, Anima? The superior Baldwin, is that what you call him?
That's what we call him, yeah. Superior Baldwin.
He said, because he was Animal Mother in the movie Full Metal Jacket. He says that's the difference between Oliver Stone and Stanley Kubrick. Stanley Kubrick made an anti-war film that was pro-soldier, where Oliver Stone made an anti-war film that was anti-soldier.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you nailed it. That's my beef.
Dude, Adam Baldwin has always been the most based of the Baldwins.
And he left X, and it upset me when he left.
Yes, I know.
It was right after his interview with the Salty Nerds. It pissed me off.
And I told you at that point he was already off of social media and he would only phone in. He wouldn't even join them in StreamYard.
And
he's completely away from all that nonsense.
And unfortunately, he is my favorite character of all time in Jane Cobb. For those of you who've seen Firefly.
What the fuck you just said.
Yeah, right.
It's like
don't get that.
You guys never seen Firefly?
Yeah, I've seen Firefly. Yeah,
Jane.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck is Jane Cobb? I don't know that show.
I don't know his by name. Every time I see him, I think it's Adam Baldwin. Man.
I just say no. That is not his character's a fake name. That is Baldwin. His character
that is Adam
Baldwin.
The man they call Jane.
It's the same character he plays in Chuck.
Yeah, kind of. Because
that's Adam Baldwin.
He's been in so much good stuff, man. I remember him all the way back to My Bodyguard. The teenage movie.
Just forget it. James Bond isn't James Bond's real name when Sean Connery played it. No. He was Sean Connery. His code name was James Bond.
Right.
So, but we're trying to get to the end of the show.
Well, we're waiting.
Yes, Ted Knight. Love it.
Absolutely, Ted Knight. By the way, I saw Ted Knight in a pre-Mary Tyler Moore show. I got the original Ghostbusters TV series from the 70s.
Okay,
and he played the ghost of from the famous novel, The Canterbury Ghost, and he does the Ted Baxter voice.
Nice.
And the way he would do that extra shit, the way he would cry. He did the voice, and I fucking was losing it watching this, going, "Oh my god, this is where Ted Baxter came from." Fucking Ghostbusters.
That's cool.
Go look it up and watch a clip of him. In fact, I think they have the shows on YouTube.
They probably do.
I think it's on the official Filmation channel, and they have all the original episodes, and it's so much fun to watch them. And I just get a kick out of that shit. I fucking love that. Anyway, Ted Baxter was the shit, and there was only one other guy that I liked more than Ted Baxter in the 70s.
No time to explain now.
That's right.
He had all the girls, dude.
Freddie with his fucking ascot, man.
Yeah, man.
I thought
all the girls.
I can hardly wait till I'm big enough to wear an ascot, and then I got old enough, and I'm like, that's kind of gay.
That's gay as it can be, right?
I can't wait to be big enough to wear an ascot.
By the way, Joe, I wanted to point something out to you that infantry had a special name for guys that had those kinds of glasses and how big they looked on you. You know what we in infantry called that?
No.
The funny part is the funny part is what the Marines would refer to somebody who was wearing those, like specifically the BCGs as. Your nickname was officially portholes from then on.
Portholes.
Wow.
Like,
Yeah.
hey, portholes, come here.
Yeah. Yikes.
Oh my God. Yeah, John Davis and I, the black guy, I showed you a picture of drooling when he was asleep. John and I learned that there is a little unwritten rule in the U.S. Army that if you are assigned your BC glasses and they cause you any kind of discomfort, you're allowed to put your civilian glasses on. So this is what I wore in the Army.
Oh.
And when I met him, when we were at the not the left station, the reception building, at Fort Leonard Wood when we first met. He walked in with Kumo D glasses, the wraparound. They were big.
Yeah.
And I went, Kumo D. And he says, nerd. And we became best friends. And but anyway, we both discovered that rule. And so we went to our senior drill sergeant.
Don't tell me you said they were hurting your ears.
I said, these things are giving me headaches, is what I said. They're causing me to have headaches. I don't think the prescription is right. And they can't do anything until you go to permanent party. Then you can get new glasses.
Mm-hmm.
But by the time you go to permanent party, they don't give a shit what glasses you wear. No. And so, but anyway, so I told him that. And then Davis went to our first sergeant, senior drill instructor, and said, man, these glasses are hurting my face. They're killing my nose and my ears. So we both got medical profiles to be allowed to wear our civilian glasses. And we had I guess about 1/3 of the guys in our company wore glasses. So all those BC glasses, and we're the two coolest guys that walk around with our civilian glasses.
What a beautiful world in the military. Profile.
Yeah. And I remember saying to one of the guys, what the fuck was his name? It was Hope, was his name, Hope. And I used to call him Bob Hope. And I even sang that song really badly. Thanks for the memories. And I did the version that Dave from SCTV did, which is thanks for the memory, for Begin and Sadat, for Hamilton and his pot, for Billy and his six-pack tinkling in a parking lot. Thanks a lot. And he just laughed like, I don't know what the fuck you're doing. It's just funny. And Hope, I walked up to him and I said this to him. This is how we met. I looked at him. I said, oh my God, that's how I looked when I had those on. Thank God. And I walked away from him and he goes, you're a fucking asshole. Look
at Alpha. Look what he said. Damn Profile Rangers.
Profile Rangers. That's right. And it's funny in the Army. They make you you still got to form up in the morning. If you have a profile, you got to stand behind everybody. And when they say at ease, if you've got crutches, you cross the fucking crutches.
It's goofy.
Oh my God, it was funny because I broke my leg. And I was a profile for about 2 weeks. And then I said, fuck this shit. And I didn't want to have that. And they were pretty cool with me about it. You know, nobody gave me shit because my leg got broken. And it got broken because I tried to help a guy. And my leg went up through the netting on this tower. And he was going to go off the wrong way, the side. And I saw him and I reached and grabbed him. And when I did, my left leg went up under the platform and his weight pulled me down and I had a tib fracture. And but it was not what's called a full fracture because it was just cracked. Yeah. And I had
one of those in my shin once too. They called it a green stick. It cracked on the outside and then split up and down.
Split is a green stick. Yeah. Normally, only kids get those.
Yeah, I did that playing soccer when I was a kid.
Fucking nasty.
It hurts
for a grown adult. Yeah, that because your bones have ossified. It's called a green stick fracture because kids, when they fracture, their bones are more like tree limbs, young tree limbs, and they splinter down the shape of it before giving way. And so they'll get those. Yeah, it's nasty. One of the many things I know from combat medical training and nursing. So Alpha, Kirk Douglas gives a wonderful performance in that film where he laments the decision of his superiors and says, and you can go to hell before I apologize to you. Which movie is that? Is that where he's in the French army and they executed 3 men for being cowards?
Yes.
Stanley Kubrick film. Yeah. Yeah, he did 2 movies with Kubrick and their relationship ended on the second film. Never wanted to
Glory,
never
I think.
Paths of Glory. That's it, Paths of Glory. And then they did Spartacus and they parted ways. And there's rumors that it was his sexual lifestyle that pissed Kubrick off. that he liked his girls young.
Wow.
And so there was a jab at him in the beginning of the movie Lolita, where Peter Sellers, who's been sleeping with this underage girl, throws his sex party, and he's the only person there. And Humbert comes in with a pistol to kill him. And he stands up and puts a flag that's there in the chair, draped over the chair, around him. And he says, "Look, I'm Spartacus." And there are those that have said, and I believe it's true, that was a direct mocking of Kirk Douglas and his proclivities. So, but Kirk Douglas is still a great actor. And
Oh yeah,
let's see, let's get to the end of these. Wait,
big
what?
fan of him. Big fan of his son, for sure.
Tougher experiences back then. If you haven't watched Paths of Glory before, I've seen it. I own it. I had a spiral fracture. Oh, fuck off, Alpha.
Yeah, spiral fractures are fucking nasty.
Yeah, I just don't even want to think about it. Yep, it displays the French army, and they were wrong.
Although, Gary, you'd be proud of me. I was our fire team's combat lifesaver as well as the fire team leader. One of my guys, I actually fixed or stabilized a compound fracture.
Nice.
It was disgusting, and I threw up after, but, you know.
Compound fracture is also called full fracture. That's where the bone breaks the skin.
Yep. And it was in his leg or his femur, so I had to stretch his fucking foot back out and then push it
Again,
back.
stop. I fucking hate thinking about all that shit.
Yeah.
You know how I did it once?
You're such a pussy, Gary.
I had to straighten the guy's
No. Anima, you say that until you have to literally stretch.
Yeah, I've had to do it. I'm getting ready to tell you what I did. I used mass trousers. I don't know if you guys know what those mass trousers are. Okay. They're used for blood pressure, but guess what else they are? They helped to extend and compress a leg.
Yeah.
And so I put them on this guy because I did not want to risk the bone going through a major blood vessel. So by putting on the mass trousers, it pulled it symmetrical to the other bone because they had overlapped.
Yeah,
like this. And by putting on the mass trousers, pushing the leg down as it filled up, and you feel it all the way to do the blood pressure. And then when you feel, because you feel it, your hand is there, you feel the pop, the bone is now where it needs to be. You let out some of the pressure because you don't want to use it for that because you might knock them out if you leave it on them too long. Putting all the pressure up on the upper body for someone that's going into shock. And then by doing this, you've also used mass trousers for something they weren't designed for, but work as a splint.
Yes.
Because of their design.
The worst and most horrible injury I had to deal with was a fractured scrotum.
Oh, God. Okay, enough.
I dealt with a fractured penis when I was an EMT. I was an EMT too. And we got called, and I'm like, a what? And I'm like, is that even possible? Like, what?
Huh?
We got
how
there.
Does that happen?
And he has a pyroprism, okay? And we get there, and it looks like a fucking football, a purple football.
Oh, no.
And every single guy, because we were all guys, went, oh. Legs went together, and we went, oh. And then we went to work. And what he had done is she was on top of him in a, what do you call a lounger chair? What's it called? A Barca lounger.
Yep.
And she, what happens with that is when a girl's doing that, they have control. But the problem is if they get overzealous, the pecker pops out. But his didn't pop out. It popped.
Oh, no.
And it tore the sponge material inside. And snapped it. And it's called a fracture because it really is. And it's fucking horrifying. And I don't recommend, don't look it up.
But like in my case, a fractured scrotum is exactly what it sounds like. Is exactly what it sounds like. And it's like
split open.
Right? I was one step away from just handing him my fucking 9mm and thanking him for his service.
Thank you for your service. Yeah, it's sort of like imagine splitting open Stretch Armstrong.
Yep, pretty much. And it's just like,
Yeah.
dude, like I'll do my best to put everything back where it belongs, but like if you want the other way out, I fully understand.
Well, I want to thank you guys for listening to three veterans talking about military shit and a little bit about a movie. Guns of Snow is the film today. It is a great film. If you have never seen this movie, I highly recommend it if you like stories about soldiers and the shit they go through. And this, of course, takes place between 1968 and 69. It was 4 to 5 months. It starts 4 to 5 months after the Tet Offensive was back in January. And the film takes place between May and June, as I recall, until the year later at the end. And it's a great film. And once again, if you wondered what Martin would look like in the military, there you go. And this episode was not brought to you by Factor Fever.
Where's our corporate logo?
It's not sponsored. I'm just letting people. I just want people to know we're not sponsored today by this image because
it is not. I hate it. It cannot be our mascot if we don't all agree on it. Fuck you.
Oh boy.
Hey, a popcorn
democracy. Welcome to democracy. It's not all. It's just majority that matters in a democracy.
Okay, you need to have the Emperor Palpatine quote if you're going to do that. I love democracy.
I love democracy. Oh, that's good. I'm going to go get that. I like that. That is really good. All right, we're going to get the fuck out of here. All right, guys. Thanks for being here. We appreciate you guys watching this stupid show we do. I want to thank Gambit. I want to thank Gambit. Sally Forth. Man, Love Monday is weird. Gambit, thank
Sally,
you.
don't get me started on Men Up Wednesday.
Snorty, thank you. Meth, thank you. 11 Alpha, thank you. Penny, thank you. Sally Forth, thank you. That was a good comment. I like that. Connie Cleary and Stasis Geek. I hope you're subbed, Stasis. We like seeing new faces and meeting the weird crowd that I hang out with. And I love hanging out with military vets, man, because we usually have some of the most fucked up funny stories.
This is the best collection of assholes and retards I've ever been a part of.
Yep. I need to get I used to have an Arlie Ermy one, and I don't know what happened to it. I think I got pulled to bring in another one because I don't see it here. Let me look again one last time because I'm just not seeing him on here. Fuck, it makes me mad. Well, we're going to end the show on this, and then we're going to get out of here.
Pudding?
No, thank you, sir.
We got to do that movie, Hot Shots and Hot Shots Part 2.
Oh, God, yes. I love both of them.
Me too. A lot of military vets love those fucking movies. All right, we're going to get the fuck out of here.
Wait.
You take a hell of a long time to say goodbye.
It's true.
This one's for you.
Some pictures of civilian casualties.
Fuck you, Tim.
You're Tim. All right, we are out of here, guys. I hope everybody had fun. I know we did. I can tell we did.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how Anima feels about some of these stories, but she's tough. She sticks with it. I like that about her. Yeah. I like that you.
She's probably just sitting there like, my friends are horrible people. How am I okay with this?
When you get veterans alone, nothing but veterans, that's when the knives come out with stories.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, I told one of those stories in the wrong fucking company once because I thought they wanted to know. I told them something, and they all looked at me like I was going to fucking show up one day and kill everyone. And I'm like, I was called a pacifist by my first sergeant. Why would you think that? Fucking people. All right, let's get out of here. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
See you guys next time.
Right, Right, left. Left, right, left. Keep it in step. Art. Marine style cadence. I will live. Pom pom. Pom.
Y'all come back now. You hear?
Matt Damon.